The teams are now moving to center court for the opening tip. And for the call here in the first quarter of tonight's first game is Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. We are about to get set. A brand new 2A championship here in Kentucky. And with the tip, Caldwell County controls it, goes to Jaggers. Jaggers sees an open lane, drives to the block, pulls it back out. They'll face man-to-man defense out of Paducah Tilghman. Works it around to McConnell. McConnell thought about getting it underneath the Parkers. Deflected, kicked, going to roll out of bounds. It'll be off blue, and it'll stay Caldwell County basketball. Lady Tigers in the home white tonight. And good to see Peyton Young in that starting lineup after setting out a couple of games with a concussion.
Absolutely. Her experience and savvy is important tonight.
McConnell back over to Young. Young to Boyd, top of the key. She looks over the defense. Double low post set for Caldwell County. Boyd gets the pick from McConnell. McConnell with the give and go, but she's going to get called for steps. Nice play. Bella just took a one too many steps.
Had that ball nestled on her shoulder and couldn't get it off in time to get it to the floor. Called for steps.
And Paducah Tilghman brings it down. They throw it away. Ball's loose. Tilghman able to save it. They'll work it underneath, up and in. 2 points on the board for Paducah Tilghman, and that is number 11, Jalea Biggers with the first points. After the make, Tilghman will bring the full court press. It's Jaggers bringing it up out of the backcourt. Gets across the timeline. Now double team left wing. Throws it over to Boyd. Boyd hit from behind. Ball loose. They get it to McConnell underneath. Bella up off the board. No good, but she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
I think they're going to get Jalea Biggers, number 11, on that foul. We'll see it go up on the board, and it's
number 11. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws coming up for Bella McConnell. First one up and in. Enhancing athletic performance locally since 2014. Lake Barkley CrossFit. McConnell for the tie, up and in. 2-2, just underway here in the first quarter.
We know Tillman's going to press. Dennis, so far the Lady Tigers have not shown any desire to press.
And it's a deflection by Young, goes out of bounds. It'll stay Tilghman basketball. Caldwell County opens up in a 1-2-2 zone. Tilghman gets it in, works it to the top of the key. Big pass all the way to the baseline, up, rolls around, no good. And it's Young with the rebound, picks her dribble up, gets it over to Boyd. Boyd brings it up against the press. Jaggers in the corner, dribbles in, drops it down to Parker. Parker saves it from going out of bounds. Good play by Carson. Out to Jaggers for 3. Back of the rim, no good. This one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Paducah Tilghman, and it'll stay Lady Tiger basketball underneath their own basket.
Tilghman really playing some tough defense on the Lady Tigers coming up the floor. That may be their style, Dennis, for the whole game tonight. We'll see how that works out.
Tilghman comes in 4-2 on the season. Caldwell County at 3-2. Peyton Young, left corner, works it back out to Boyd on the wing. Down low to Jaggers. Jaggers tried to get it over to Parker. It's going to be knocked away, and Tilghman comes up with the turnover. Blue Tornado quickly the other way. Nice deflection by Bella McConnell. Kicks it out of bounds. It'll be Tilghman basketball underneath their own bucket. Just a couple of minutes gone here in the first quarter. This one's tied at 2. Caldwell County zones the inbounds play. It's number 21, Anderson, over into the corner to Gray. Picked off by Jada Boyd. Both teams a little bit sloppy with the basketball here in the early stages. McConnell from the free throw line, no good. Rebound comes down to Tilghman. They got away with a double dribble. Knocked away, it goes off of Tillman's leg. And it'll be Lady Tiger basketball. Several turnovers for Paducah Tilghman early on.
2 for each team so far, Dennis. It's an up and down flow right now.
Caldwell has the inbounds pass deflected. Jaggers able to come up with it. Swarming defense by Paducah Tilghman. As they like to double, they get it down to McConnell. McConnell wanted to feed Parker down on the low post. Is kicked out of bounds by Paducah.
We're going to have to be quicker on those passes. We've got guys open, but slow to make the pass.
Or a little pump fake and a shot. Caldwell County's working the ball in well. Inbounds pass is picked off. It's Tilghman quickly the other way. Up, no good with the shot. It goes off of Parker. She couldn't handle the ball. And they're going to say it rolled off of Paducah Tilghman. We caught a break on that one, I think.
We did. clearly off Carson in my mind. And here they go.
Well, I think it even fooled our girls because they thought it was off Carson also. Tillman's going to come back with the press. Peyton Young to inbound, gets it to Jaggers. Jaggers back to Young. Young looks it over. This was going to be deflected out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball, but much like the game at Hopkinsville just a few weeks ago, quick hands on defense in those passing lanes. You're going to have to put something on the passes tonight. They get it into Jaggers. Jaggers brings it left-handed. Going to say she dribbled it on the sideline. Turnover gives it back to the Blue Tornado.
And the other thing, we can't risk a long pass because Tilghman is so quick. They're playing that real well.
3-2 zone, but Carson Parker is going to come out and make it a 1-2-2 at time she presses out front. Tilghman picks a dribble up. They get it over to number 25. That's Garland. Garland gets it back in low, dumps it underneath, shot up and in. Number 11, Jalea Biggers with the bucket, and Tilghman with the 4-2 lead. They break the press this time. Boyd over to the right side to McConnell. She's bumped, shot up and in. It'll count and she'll go to the free throw line. Great job by the Lady Tigers to break that press. And a good pass top of the key down to McConnell on the block. That muscles it in.
And that's what you have to do, Dennis, on this, is get the ball down the floor.
Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw is good. Caldwell County leads this one 5-4. Carson Parker meets Paducah Tilghman all the way at the half-court line. Steal by Boyd. Left-handed layup is up and in. 3-point lead, Lady Tigers, as we near the midway point of the first quarter. Paducah Tilghman works it around Caldwell County now with a little swarming defense of their own. They bring it all the way out to midcourt. Parker gets past her. Shot's going to be on the floor. Shot went in for Paducah Tilghman, but they're going to call the foul on the floor.
I think he just gave the signal that the shot was good.
Oh, did he? I thought this referee out here called it on the floor. So they did count the bucket.
And
some NBA continuation on that one, but that was a long way out.
Oh, she got fouled before she even thought about shooting.
Free throw by number 25. Deja Garland completes the three-point play, and we're tied at 7. Caldwell County trying to inbound against the press, and press is going to be pretty good if you can hold like that around the waist, which Paducah Tilghman did. They did get Diamond Gray with the foul on the hold on Jaggers.
Tillman's third foul here in the first half.
Jaggers breaks for the ball. Young gets it in, back to Boyd. Boyd loses the handle. Tilghman has it. 3-on-1, other end. Layup up and in by number 21, Elise Anderson. Lady Tigers now trail by 2. Peyton Young gets it across the line. Over to McConnell. Dribble step inside, shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound, goes back up, has it blocked, but she'll go to the free throw line as Paducah Tilghman's called for the foul. These will be the 4th and 5th Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws for Bella McConnell. This one up, rolls around, no good. Checking into the ball game, number 15, Morgan McDaniels, will come in for Carson Parker. And it looks like Lucy Goffinette's going to get into the ball game, and Peyton Young will come out. McConnell set for her second free throw. This one, nothing but net, good for McConnell. 9-8, Paducah Tilghman. Goffinette's going to pick up the defense at midcourt. Tilghman works it left side. Got away with a travel ball, knocked loose. McConnell comes up with the steal, gets it over to Boyd. Caldwell County with numbers if they can break the press. Boyd comes down, Euro step down the lane, up and in for Jada Boyd. And timeout called on the floor. I'm not sure what happened.
What is the stoppage of the play?
Referee going over to the scores. I think there was some question at the scorers table. So they're calling the officials all over to the official scorekeeper. I'm not sure if they're checking to make sure the possession arrow is going the right way on this one. But a little discussion, and fortunate really, Bob, for Caldwell County because Tilghman had a little bit of a run going out.
And if you can get that initial entry pass made and some space around our ball handler where she's able to take a couple steps, she's got pretty wide vision of the floor, and that's what's hurt Tilghman in the fact that we've been able to score in close on all our field goals.
Clock stopped with 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. Caldwell County leads this one 10-9.
And Tilghman is adept to work the ball out front and try to get the ball inside. They have yet to take a shot over 3 feet from the goal tonight. So if we can pressure them outside, which we have done a couple times, creating turnovers, we don't know whether they shoot the ball well from outside or not.
And a technical foul called for some reason as Tilghman will go to the line. I'm not sure what the call was on that. Shot is up, rolls no good.
And number 23 was shooting that.
Still some discussion at the scorer's table. I don't know if they had if Caldwell County had the wrong starters out. Shot up and in by 23 Thomas for Paducah, and they will get the ball back. Whatever it was resulted in a 2-shot technical foul on Caldwell County.
And Tilghman with still possession of the ball.
Goffinette with quick hands knocks it back over and back against Paducah Tilghman. Good defense by Lucy Goffinette.
And Tilghman with their 6th turnover here in the first quarter. Caldwell County with 5. So it's been a game of errors so far.
Morgan McDaniels to put it in for Caldwell County. Tries to go to Jaggers. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Tilghman. But we're really going to have to break hard to the ball because Paducah Tilghman really denying those passing lanes. They get it into Jaggers. Jaggers brings it up, meets the double team, spins out of it, gets it across half court. Jaggers pulls her dribble up, gets it over to McConnell, left wing. Put it into Boyd, knocked away. A little bit of a lazy pass, and that's not going to work against Tilghman. Tilghman with the layup on the other end. It's good. Now Tilghman up 12-10. Shot was made by number 23, Thomas. Bella McConnell drives the baseline, puts the shot up. No good. Tipped out of bounds by Paducah Tilghman. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball.
This is a kind of a situation where you wish Carson Parker would be in there rebounding, because
it's going to be McDaniels to put it in to Jaggers. McDaniels post up. Jaggers dribbles out to the elbow, puts it over to Goffinette. Goffinette to Boyd. Boyd one-on-one out front. Very good defense by Paducah Tilghman. Boyd with the runner up, no good. Rebounded by, who was it?
McConnell.
McConnell no good. Shot no good. A lot of traffic underneath, tied up. And the possession arrow is going to go to Paducah Tilghman. I don't know if that was McConnell or McDaniels that had the rebound. We'll give it to McConnell. Caldwell County picks up Tilghman at half court. Goffinette out front. Zone defense for Caldwell County. They played a lot of that this year. Steps in the corner against number 2, Diamond Gray. Gives it back to the Lady Tigers. Bob, we've liked this zone defense from the one of the first couple of games of the season when Coach Thomas put this in.
And we play well out of this defense, and when Carson Parker's in there, we've broken the press. Now we're too slow to make a decision.
Paducah Tilghman, we had numbers. Paducah Tilghman got back, picked up the steal. This one's going to go off the leg of Lucy Goffinette on the other end, and it'll go with Paducah Tilghman. Checking in for her first action tonight, Maja Hollowell for Caldwell County, and Peyton Young back into the as Boyd and McDaniels will come out for a breather. Tilghman works it out front to Diamond Gray. Gray, top of the key, gets it back down to number 21, Anderson. Cross-court pass saved inbounds on a nice play on the left side. Get it back to Gray. She drives the lane, takes steps. And somehow, Bob, in the midst of all these turnovers for Paducah Tilghman, they still own a 12-10 lead just under 2 minutes to go here in the first.
Simply because they have 8 and we have 7, so it's a pretty even game from that standpoint.
Very sloppy game to this point. That one's knocked out of bounds. Looked like it was knocked out of bounds defensively by Tilghman.
Now the referee was still back at the back court line, and this ball goes out of bounds at midcourt, so I think he missed the call.
This one goes far side. Caldwell County puts a double team on. I think Goffinette got just a little too much of a wrist slap. And it's going to be a foul on Caldwell County. We'll see if that is on Lucy. It is her first. Only Caldwell County's third of the quarter. Gray throws it inside. She was looking for number 23, Destiny Thomas. It was picked off by Bella McConnell. But I think they're going to give the foul to Bella. Student section letting them hear about that one.
And that was just a 50-50 ball there on that pass, Dennis, and we got it and didn't get the break.
Tilghman gets it back in. Maja Hollowell now comes out to the top of the line on defense. Runner in the lane, no good. This one rebounded by Paducah Tilghman. Number 23, Destiny Thomas, works it over to Gray. Gray drives the lane. She's going to get fouled on the shot. Either Hollowell or Jaggers will pick this one up. And I think that's going to be Jaggers.
JC, I think, is who they've got.
And Jaggers with her first foul. That will send Diamond Gray to the line. She'll have 2 shots. Minute 25 is still to go in the first. Shot up, bounces around, no good. Caldwell Crazies have the ugly Christmas sweater night here at the gym, so they're sporting all those, cheerleaders and the Crazies over in the student section. Second shot up is good. 3-point lead now for Paducah Tilghman at 13-10. They come back with that press. It's caused Caldwell County a lot of trouble. They get it into Hollowell, picked off though on the pass that she was looking for Jaggers. Shot good by number 23, Destiny Thomas, and it's a 5-point lead for the Blue Tornado. Peyton Young's going to bring it up. Try to stay out of the double team. Gets it over to Jaggers across half court. Jaggers, top of the key. Young has it go off her hands. Can't save it. And another turnover for Caldwell County.
Tigers committed 10 turnovers to Tilghman's 8 so far in this first quarter.
Tilghman works it back quickly across midcourt. Drive the baseline. Nice pass over to Elise Anderson. Puts a shot up, no good. Tilghman gets the rebound, no good.
Over
rebound again, no good. 3-pointer by Tilghman, no good. 4 shots this time for Tilghman. Caldwell County finally able to come down with the rebound, and when they do, Jaggers not able to keep her footing and falls on the baseline, and it'll give it back to Tilghman. So Caldwell County not really blocking out very well on that possession. 4 shots by Tilghman, plus they have the ball back. Drive into the lane, no good. Tilghman picks it back up. Shot top of the key, it's a 3 up and in for Destiny Thomas. And what was a 10-9 lead for Caldwell County now is an 8-point deficit at 18-10. Maja Hollowell works it down to McConnell. Left-handed layup is good, and she'll go to the free throw line. Bella McConnell with the Farmers Bank shot. Farmers Bank is Princeton's only locally owned and operated bank. And Bella McConnell with the free throw, no good, off the back of the rim. Rebound by Jagger. She's able to walk in, take the rebound, and put it up and in. 5 seconds left, and it's 18-14, Paducah Tilghman. Ball out of bounds. It'll go to Caldwell County with a half a second to play. And Tillman's going to call really a timeout with a half a second to go. Not really understanding that one, except maybe to get a little bit of extra rest, but not much.
I can't wait see what kind of strategy is unveiled when they come back onto the floor. It's a 30-second timeout.
Half a second to go. Timeouts are brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located downtown Princeton, and they are ready to serve all of your legal needs. As you can hear, we've got the band with us tonight. And this is kind of a big deal, Bob. This is a brand new event all across Kentucky. You've got 4 sections across the state. Caldwell County in Section 1. Winner of this game will take on Webster County in early January. And the final two teams in each section make it to Owensboro later or early in 2019 for the 2A championships. Jaggers heaves it, had a shot, no good.
You look good going from her hand down in front of us here.
Put the baseball shot on it. So after 1 quarter of play, it's Paducah Tilghman 18, Caldwell County 14. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. Do you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance? Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber, electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
Live and local, you're listening to Decision 2018 coverage on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKY.
And welcome back to the Cavs for the start of the second quarter. Caldwell County trailing Tilghman 18-14, had been 18-10, and Caldwell County on a 4-0 run here at the end of the first quarter. The Lady Tigers to inbound the ball to start the second quarter, and for the call here in the second quarter is Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Second quarter brought to you by our friends at Cozy Living. Boyd brings it in. Paducah Tilghman has gone zone, 2-3 zone. Caldwell has it down in the corner to McConnell. She has it slapped away in the corner. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. J.C. Jaggers to inbound for the Lady Tigers. Jaggers with it back in the right corner. Back out to Boyd, right wing. Boyd to Jaggers. They work it inside to McConnell. She fakes, puts the shot up from the right block. It's blocked, but she is fouled on the play. Bella McConnell making a living with the Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws tonight.
And the second foul on Jalea Biggers.
Shot up, front of the rim, no good.
Bella is 4 out of 7 from the free throw line so far tonight.
She puts the second one up and in.
Make it 5 out of 8.
So Caldwell County's on a mini run of 5-0 themselves after seeing Tilghman go on a 9-0 run late in the first quarter. Caldwell County has Parker back in at the top of that zone. Ball deflected as Tilghman works it underneath. They get it back free throw line now, top of the key. And it's going to be steps called on number 23, Destiny Thomas.
Destiny, about a minute ago, was wide open from that spot and nailed a 3, and that was her desire then, but too many little footsteps.
Bob, how many turnovers did each team have at the end of the first?
Oh, well, we've already had one. Both teams now have 10 apiece.
We are less than a minute into the second quarter. Three-pointer by Peyton Young, no good. Rebound comes down to Tilghman. Tilghman quickly the other way. Stopped out front by Boyd. They'll put a 3 up from the right wing, no good. Rebound comes down to Carson Parker. Parker over to Jada Boyd. Boyd, nice lob pass in to Jaggers. Jaggers puts the shot up, has it blocked, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. And Caldwell County back within 1 on the basket by J.C. Jaggers. Caldwell 1-2-2 or 3-2 zone, depending on how far out Parker comes. Tilghman puts it into the corner, air ball, and Peyton Young comes down with it.
And Tilghman is out of their press right now.
Jada Boyd drove the lane, dumped it off to Parker. She put the shot up from the left block. No good, had it blocked, but she'll go to the free throw line for a couple of Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws.
And they just got number 11 for her 3rd foul here. Carson shooting 2.
First shot, no good. Coming up right after this one, the boys take on Paducah Tilghman. This game rescheduled early on into a doubleheader tonight. The girls actually were supposed to play on Saturday night. Parker with the second shot in front of the rim, no good. Ball tapped around. And Paducah Tilghman comes away with it. Tilghman into the corner, picked off by Peyton Young in the lane. Young gets it to Boyd. Boyd quickly the other way. Boyd's going to drive the lane, take it herself up and in. Farmer's bank shot by Jada Boyd. And Caldwell County back out in front on a 9-0 run, 19-18. Jada Boyd with the steal at the front of the zone. Has a Tilghman player behind her. Caesar picks it up, drives, left-handed shot is blocked. Ball loose, goes to Parker in the lane, gets it out to McConnell. McConnell's going to work it out to Young. Young's going to reset the offense. Good job by the Lady Tigers. Down low to Parker. Parker to the corner for Jaggers. A three off the rim, no good. Bella McConnell with the offensive board. She'll get it back to Jada, to Peyton Young on the right wing. Back to Boyd, to Jaggers. She'll try it again from the left side, no good. And Paducah Tilghman picks up the rebound. Caldwell County with some good opportunities and some good open looks from three, but couldn't get anything to fall. Now Tilghman will try their luck. Top of the key three is no good. Ball loose on the floor. Bella McConnell takes a big hit. No foul on that. She's going to drive it all the way to the lane, up and in. No foul. Contact twice on Bella McConnell, and no foul called on her. Bella did get the bucket, 21-18. 30-second timeout with 5:17 to go. Timeouts brought to you this season on Tiger and Lady Tiger basketball by Russo Law. Russo Law is located in downtown Princeton, and they're ready to serve all of your legal needs.
30-second timeout. We thought it was a full, but it's only a 30-second timeout. And Dennis mentioned earlier, as we started the second quarter, we were short for time. Your second quarter is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley in Princeton. And during this time of the season, why don't you go in and see Pam and see what kind of discounts that she has available here during the Christmas season. Cozy Living, everything a home should be.
Well, early on, a sloppy first quarter for both teams, as both teams were near 10 turnovers in the quarter. It's kind of leveled out a little bit, but Caldwell County enjoying an 11-0 run after Paducah Tilghman had went up 18-10. Caldwell County now leads this one 21-18. 5:17 left to go.
And Tilghman is content to try that lob pass inside the post on most every trip down the floor.
Tilghman works it around that Lady Tiger zone. Left wing over to number 2, Gray. They'll get it back out top to Thomas. Thomas to Gray. The warning to go down low to Talley. They get it back to Thomas. Thomas drives the lane, puts a wild runner up, rebounded by Bella McConnell. She'll get it to Jada Boyd. Boyd to Jaggers, just inside the three-point line on the left side. Back out to Boyd. Jaggers, she'll launch the three from the wing. Up, no good. Rebound comes down to Askew. Shot up and in. Excuse me, that was not Askew, that was Anderson for Paducah Tilghman. And they break the 11-0 run by Caldwell County. 21-20 Lady Tigers. When we go down to Parker, tipped away, it'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. As McDaniels and Goffinet will check in. McConnell and Jaggers will get a quick rest, and I'm sure be right back in. Peyton Young to inbound. Somebody's got to break to the ball. They get it to Goffinet in the corner. Dumps it down low to McDaniels. Nice step and shot. Shot's blocked, but she got fouled hard. And she'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws for Morgan McDaniels. Morgan's first shot, no good. Caldwell County struggling a little bit tonight from the free throw line. Morgan will get a second. This shot is good. And McDaniels gives Caldwell County a 2-point lead, 22-20, as we near the halfway point of the second quarter. Tilghman takes it to the corner, little runner up and in by number 21, Elise Anderson, and we are tied at 22. Tillman's pulled off the press, which surprised me, Bob, because that press caused Caldwell County a lot of trouble in the first quarter. Tilghman settled back into that 2-3 zone.
Tilghman getting in foul trouble was maybe the main reason why they're out of that press right now.
Into Parker, she whips it around to Goffinet. Goffinet with the shot, no good. Caldwell County a little cold from the field. starting this one out. Tilghman back quickly the other way. Shot up and in off the board. That is number 22.
Or number 2.
Number 2.
Diamond
Gray. They get it into Parker. Parker, left-handed bank shot. Farmer's bank shot for Carson Parker. And we're tied at 24. Tilghman works around the Caldwell County zone, back out front. Thomas has it over to Gray. Gray gets it down to Askew. Askew bobbles it, actually walked, no call. Get it back over to Thomas. She'll give it to Gray. Gray's going to drive the lane, runner from 8 feet, and she gets the shooter's roll. Paducah Tilghman back out front, 26-24. Scoring for Caldwell County is really going to have to come either from the point in Jada, or they're going to have to get it into Carson Parker. You've got Peyton Young spotting up on the wing, but Paducah Tilghman really a fast closing out team. It's hard to get those shots off from that wing. Foul's going to be called on Tilghman as Lucy Goffinette will go to the line.
Tilghman with 9 fouls there. The next foul puts us in the double bonus.
Second foul on Diamond Gray, so a little foul trouble getting a little bit worse for Paducah Tilghman. Goffinette with the 1-and-1 off the back of the rim, no good. Caldwell County would have a pretty good lead if they could hit their free throws tonight, struggling from the line. Come down and Gray makes them pay with a 3 from the corner. Diamond Gray gives Paducah Tilghman a 29-24 advantage. Goffinette has it left wing. Parker trying to post up, pass picked off by Askew. Gets around Boyd. Boyd knocks it away, but she's going to knock it out of bounds. And it'll be Lady Tornado basketball.
Lady Tigers now with 11 turnovers and Tilghman with 12.
Lucy Goffinette comes out. J.C. Jaggers back in for the Lady Tigers.
Been a game of runs here, Dennis. One team gets hot, has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 point run, and then we get cold, or they get cold.
Tilghman out to top of the key, guarded by Young. They'll dribble in free throw line, high shot, no good. And foul's going to be called on Paducah Tilghman's number 44, Rosie Mentor, over the back of J.C. Jaggers.
And
was it Jaggers or was it?
It was J.C.
Okay, Jaggers will go to the line. Caldwell County will shoot 2 the rest of the quarter, 2:10 to go. We need to get on track right here. Some easy points we're giving away so far in this first half. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw is good for J.C. Jaggers. Lake Barkley CrossFit has classes designed for anyone at any fitness level, and they're always free to come and try. Second shot up, back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Paducah Tilghman. They get it down to Gray. Gray's going to be fouled by Boyd. Boyd really bailed her out because Gray put up a very off-balance shot. But it'll be number 2, Diamond Gray at the line for Paducah Tilghman, 4-2. First shot, no good off the back of the rim.
Diamond so far tonight, the charity stripe is 1 out of 3. Caldwell County's 6th foul of the first half.
Gray's second. This one's good. Lead back to 5 for Paducah Tilghman.
Lady Tigers so far tonight with no 3-point field goals. Tilghman has 2, and that's essentially the difference in the game right now.
Bella McConnell's going to come back in. Morgan McDaniels will take a seat. Bob, I did notice no Riley Thomas on the bench tonight. We'll have to ask Coach Thomas about that. You get Peyton Young back and lose one of the reserves. 3-point attempt by Jaggers. Again, no good.
And Tilghman's speed is hurting us.
Tilghman shot up no good on the other end. Carson Parker with a good rebound. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd drives it up on the board for a bank shot up and in. J.C. Jaggers. Farmer's bank shot for J.C. She's fouled on the play, and she'll go to the line to try to cap a 3-point play. J.C. struggling from that 3-point line tonight, but she's having a good night inside, especially on the fast breaks.
And if we can keep doing that, it's easy path to the basket for layups.
Shot up, rolls around, no good. Carson Parker got a hand on it, but knocks it out of bounds. It'll go Tillman's way. Well, free throw is going to be very interesting when you total those up at halftime.
So far, we've had 9 misses here in the first half, Dennis. That's too many.
Coming up at halftime is the Farless Realty halftime show. Hope you'll stay tuned for that. Caldwell County stays in that 3-2. Tillman dumps it down underneath, shot up and in by Rosie Mentor, and she'll go to the free throw line. Little touch foul on the shot. We'll see who they get on this one. Basket is good, and I think it's going to be Bella McConnell with the foul. So it is McConnell's second. I'm sure Coach Thomas will have somebody at the scorer's table for her in just a second. Shot up, no good. Morgan McDaniels with a rebound, has it taken away underneath. And Thomas loses it out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Lady Tigers. McConnell comes out, Peyton Young into the ball game.
1 minute, 23 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
Caldwell works it around to Young. Down underneath to McDaniels, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound down to Paducah Tilghman. It's going to be Thomas. Takes a step down the lane, up and in, off the board. Biggest lead of the night for Paducah Tilghman. Oh, excuse me, second biggest lead. They did lead 18-10. Peyton Young finally with a three from that side. Three-pointer brought to you by Goodwin Insurance. Goodwin Insurance is locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Needed that one and needed that one bad. Turnover at Paducah Tilghman on the travel. Peyton Young takes the cap off the goal from the three-point line, and Caldwell County back within 4 at 34-30. Lady Tigers work against that 2-3 zone. Down into the corner, get it underneath to Parker. Parker shot up, no good. Parker fights, gets her own rebound. Wants to get it back out front to Boyd. Boyd still has 22 seconds on the clock. Peyton Young for three, no good. This one comes down, and Tilghman gets it. Takes it the other way. It's going to go off the leg of Paducah Tilghman. And surely they are not going to give that ball to Tilghman.
Surely not. The refs are discussing it.
Oh, Coach Thomas can't even believe that one.
Clearly off the leg, she out of control coming down the floor, and where were the referees?
The one was standing right in front of the student section looking at it. How did he miss that? Tilghman keeps the ball, 10 seconds to go into the first half. Long three-pointer off the board, up and in for number 2, Diamond Gray. Jada Boyd launches a three to end the half, no good. So after 1 half of play in the new Kentucky 2A Championships, it's Paducah Tilghman 37, Caldwell County 30. We'll be back with the Farless Realty halftime show in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned for that. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Welcome back to the Cab. We are at halftime of the first round of the Kentucky 2A Championships, and Paducah Tilghman pulls away late in the half for a 7-point lead, 37-30. Bob Hayes is totaling up all the stats. We'll have those in just a minute from the first half. This is the Farless Realty halftime report. Farless Realty asks, are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty today and let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help you, and interest rates are still reasonably low. They'll work hard to find you a home that will fit you, your family, and your budget. Contact Farless Realty today at 270-365-5058 or stop by at 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. You can check out all of their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com.
And Dennis here in the first half, Caldwell County trailing here at halftime 37-30. Tilghman outscoring the Tigers in the first quarter 18-14 and outscoring the Lady Tigers 19-16 in the second quarter to lead here at half by 7 points, 37-30. For the Tigers, led tonight in the first half by Bella McConnell with 3 2-point field goals. She was 5 out of 8 from the charity stripe for her 11 points. Followed up with 7 points by J.C. Jaggers. J.C.'s outside shot not falling so far tonight. 3 2-pointers in close. 1 out of 3 at the charity stripe for 7 points. 6 points for Jada Boyd on 3 2-point field goals. Little floaters coming down the lane, layup for her 6. 3 points for Peyton Young on the only 3-point goal the Lady Tigers have in the first half. 2 points for Carson Parker on a putback late in the second quarter, and 1 point for Morgan McDaniels on 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Carson also was 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. For the Lady Tigers, 30 points. The Lady Tigers tonight shooting 16 free throws and only hitting 7. 9 misses at the free throw line for Tilghman. Tilghman led by Diamond Gray. 2 2-point field goals, 2 3-pointers, 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe for her 12 points. 10 points for Destiny Thomas on 3 2-point field goals, 1 3-pointer, 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe for her 10. 6 points for Elise Anderson on 3 2-point field goals. 4 points for Jalea Biggers on 2 2-point field goals. 3 points for Deja Garland on a 2-point field goal, 1 out of 1 at the free throw line. And 2 points for Rosie Mitten on a field goal late in the first half for Tilghman's total of 37 points. Tilghman having shot 8 free throws, making 4 out of 8 from the charity stripe for them in the first half. And then also in the first half, Tilghman with 14 turnovers, Caldwell County with 12. Wow. And so it's been each team giving up the ball, giving up possessions for potential points, and we just I think the officials, as I saw late in the second quarter, Dennis decided to let them play a little bit because there was a lot more fouling and hacking going on late in the midway of the second quarter to the finish of the second quarter than we saw in the first half. We saw Bella pick up a foul when we thought it was a 50-50 ball, and she was just more aggressive to the basketball. But Bella got hacked a couple times coming down the floor on a breakaway and never got the call there. So Tigers down here by 7 points at the intermission in game number 1 tonight. Game number 2 will be the boys from each of these teams playing in the next game. As Dennis mentioned earlier in the game, Tilghman comes into this game with a 4-2 record, having defeated Trigg County, Carlisle County, Hardin County out of Illinois, and Carbondale, also out of Illinois. Losses to Massac County in Illinois and Mayfield, their last game, losing to Mayfield 45-31. So what we have to do is neutralize their quickness and we have to stop the ball coming down the floor because they are super quick. When they rebound the ball, their speed gets them down the floor a lot quicker than we get down the floor, and that's resulted in some really easy shots inside and some easy open shots from outside.
Yeah, it really surprised me, Bob, because Paducah Tilghman had a lot of success with that press in the first half. Of course, they did have some foul trouble, pulled it back into a zone. But if they can keep the fouls down, that's going to give Caldwell County a little bit of trouble later on. Caldwell County, on the other hand, has a cold shooting hand. J.C. Jaggers tried 3 or 4 threes from that left wing, not able to connect. Peyton Young finally broke the seal and put in a 3. But hopefully Caldwell County shooting on this other end will be a little bit better here in the second half. And the free throw shooting has to get better. Neither team, I'll take that back. Paducah Tilghman is at 50%. Caldwell County just under 50% for the game. But the Lady Tigers are getting to the free throw line. 16 free throws in the first half. That's good that they're getting to the line, but that's only half the battle. You got to make them after you get there, and Caldwell County is struggling with that tonight.
And we also really, as we've mentioned it a couple times in the first half, when Tilghman gets down and is able to set up in the front court, they work the ball around the periphery to the wings, and then they try to get the ball inside to a shooter with their quickness. The shooter with her quickness is able to turn and get a shot up, and we've been trying to deny the ball. And probably, I'd say 4 or 5 of Tilghman's turnovers have come when we've knocked the ball loose and picked it up when they've tried to do that entry pass into the low post.
Yeah, I like our defense in the half court. We're doing a good job on that. But like you said, Paducah Tilghman with a lot of quickness, and you let them get out on a break, even 2-on-2, and they're going to take advantage of that most of the time and have so far tonight. But if the Lady Tigers can take care of the basketball, cut those turnovers in half at least in this second half, go from 12 to maybe 6, hit some free throws, I like our chances to get back into it. We've already reeled off one 11-0 run tonight to get the lead back. I think it was at 21-18 after Tilghman had put together a 9-0 run to go up 18-10.
And when we start our runs, the points add up quickly. What we don't want to do is have Tilghman go on a long run here in the third or fourth quarter to kind of keep us, let us stay in the game, and let us, with our crowd, with us being in front of our bench, able to maybe hear better instructions and the like. We do have our work cut out for us, but we're not playing badly at all.
No, we just got to take care of the ball a little bit better and
get the
start
ball
making some shots.
and get the ball in the hole, because we've had open shots and good looks at it.
Just about a minute to go here before we get underway here in the second half. You've been listening to the Farless Realty Halftime Report. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty today and let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help while interest rates are still reasonably low. They'll work hard to get you a home that'll fit you, your family, and your budget. Contact Farless Realty at 270-365-5058 or go by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. You can check out all their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com.
In the third quarter, we're 25 minutes away from inbounding the ball. The third quarter is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley here in Princeton. Beautiful furniture, baby furniture, gifts and registry, home decor, boutique clothes and accessories. Stop in and meet Jake, the store mascot. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Tilghman to inbound the ball to start the third quarter, and for the call here in the third quarter, my compadre, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Starting the second half for Caldwell County, it's going to be Young, Boyd, Parker, McConnell, and Jaggers. Same 5 that started the game. Caldwell in no big foul trouble right now. A couple of players with 2. Tilghman does have a little foul trouble with a player or 2 in with 3 at the half. Tilghman takes it over, first possession. They work it around. Caldwell County has gone man-to-man, trying to trim this 7-point lead down. Skip pass across the lane. Caldwell County got a hand on it. Tilghman able to keep control of it. It's number 2, Diamond Gray, driving the lane. She's going to be fouled. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line for 2. And Bob, I did not see who they got that one on.
I don't know their
number 3. That's Peyton Young with her second. And Diamond Gray at the line for 2 shots. First one, no good.
Diamond always misses her first of two and then makes the second. That's been her pattern the third trip to the line tonight, shooting 2 shots each time.
We'll see if that jinxed her out of a hit here in the second one. Nope, held form. 1 out of 2 at the line for Diamond Gray. And the Blue Tornado going to bring back a little bit of the full court press, kind of token, as Caldwell County gets it to Boyd. She brings it across. Tilghman sets up into the 2-3. They want to work it into Parker. They get her on the block. She had to come out a pretty good ways for it. Lob over to Young. Young shot off the board, no good. Rebound to McConnell. Drop step up and in. Bella McConnell with nice offensive rebound and the step and put back. Caldwell County within 6. It's going to be Jaggers with the steal on the other end. Has it back tapped right back to Paducah Tilghman. And Boyd's going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time as Tilghman got it to Destiny Thomas, their leading scorer on the season. And Boyd picks up her second foul. And Tilghman with the lob in. Ball got away, picked up by McConnell. And Bella gets it over to Jada Boyd on the steal. Boyd quickly the other way. Jaggers 4-3 from the left side. This one good. Maybe she's going to like this in better than the first half. Goodwin Insurance 3-pointer for J.C. Jaggers. 38-35 now. Caldwell County trails by 3. Hard pick on Peyton Young. Jada Boyd's going to pick up the foul on number 25, Deja Garland.
Jada just picked up her third one.
So, Bob, that pick snapped the head of Peyton Young back. A lot of moving pick on that one. But like you said, about midway of the second quarter, the Stripes decided they're going to let them play. Free throw up, no good. Maja Hollowell is going to come in for Boyd.
Shooting is number 25, Dennis.
Yes, Deja Garland. Garland toes up. Very unique delivery off the front of the rim, no good. And it's going to be a tie-up for a second. They let him play through. Ball is going to be picked up in the backcourt by Tilghman. They quickly get it underneath. Shot along the baseline, up and in. That was number 11, Jalea Biggers. And it's 40-35, Paducah Tilghman. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Caldwell pulls her dribble up against the zone, gets it out to Jaggers. Dump it down to McConnell. McConnell off the board, no good. Rebound to Parker. Parker goes back up off the board, no good. McConnell with the offensive rebound. Puts it out to Hollowell, to Jaggers. Over to Young. Quick three from the left wing is good. And she'll get a rare chance at a 4-point play. Goodwin Insurance 3-pointer for Peyton Young. Contact Goodwin Insurance today for a free quote.
And Biggers for Tillman's just picked up her 4th foul.
So Young with the Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw to cap off a 4-point play. Shot no good. Jaggers comes in, gets the offensive board, or Parker, excuse me. Get it over towards McConnell. It's going to be tipped out of bounds off of the team in blue. And it'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. Lady Tigers have a chance to tie this one or go ahead with a 3. 40-38 with 5:50 to go in the third quarter. Hollowell down to Young in the corner. No good. Jaggers offensive board out to McConnell. Jump stop from the elbow, dribbles in, off the board. Farmer's bank shot for Bella McConnell. And we are tied at 40. A travel on the play. And I'm not sure if the referees have somewhere to get to real fast after this one because they're not calling anything right now. Goes off of Paducah Tilghman.
Tillman's third turnover here in the third quarter. Caldwell County with 2, but Caldwell County clawing back has eliminated that 7-point halftime lead by Tilghman.
And a full timeout called on the floor. We'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Here's a reminder reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the cab. We're going to pause right now for station identification. This is WPKY, Princeton, Kentucky. Both teams now back onto the floor. Lady Tigers to bring it the length of the floor. And for the call here in the third quarter by compadre Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Back underway here. Caldwell County has the ball against the 2-3 zone for Paducah Tilghman. Lady Tigers working around. Jaggers thought about the three. Tries to go back out to Young. Tilghman stepped on the sideline, though, trying to retrieve the deflection. Bob, maybe not as fast as Hopkinsville, but the hands in the lane are faster than most high school teams, and Caldwell County having a little bit of trouble with the passes.
They are a quick basketball team.
Bella McConnell from the elbow has it tapped away. She'll pick it up along the baseline. She's double teamed. And I think Coach Thomas called the timeout from the bench to keep that possession. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here.
Bella almost got by with a double dribble on that after she lost control, went over and picked it up. And I don't think it was knocked out of her hand, but right after she put the dribble down, the timeout was called.
Yeah, I don't think she almost got away with it. I think she got away with it full.
I think she did too.
I think Coach Thomas called the timeout before the referees could think about that. You're absolutely right.
You're right. On second thought, she did double dribble.
So Caldwell County's going to keep possession. 5:01 left to go in the third quarter. Caldwell County has gone on another run here, Bob. They were down 7 at the half. And they're on a 10-3 run right now as we'll inbound it with Peyton Young. Peyton Young with the lob. Nobody in particular home for Caldwell County. Jaggers tried to catch up with it. It's going to go out of bounds. She stepped on the sideline trying to save it. But Caldwell County very sloppy out of the timeout with the basketball. Gives it back to Paducah Tilghman.
And Bella open underneath the basket then, just asking for the ball, but not thrown into her.
It's going to be number 23, Destiny Thomas, with the turnover.
Illegal block. Number 44 on Rosie Minton. Second foul on her. Tillman's second of the third quarter.
Jaggers is going to stay on the point. Young goes to the right wing. You got Hollowell on the left wing. McConnell and Parker working hard down on the blocks. Parker flashes free throw line high. Back over to Young. Gets it inside to McConnell. McConnell's got to do something with it. And they're going to call it with a 3-second in the lane. McConnell caught that one in no man's land. Couldn't get the pivot foot. Pivot foot was in the lane. She couldn't get out of the lane. Nobody open.
So they still have the 3-second lane violation rule.
Yeah, you don't see it called very much. Kind of a relic. McConnell with the steal comes the other way. Puts the shot up. No good. Gets her own rebound off the board. And in a Farmers Bank shot for Bella McConnell. We appreciate our friends at Farmers Bank being our new sponsors of the bank shots all season. Shot blocked by Peyton Young. Tilghman tried to go back after it, swipes it out of bounds. Caldwell County out in front by 2 after trailing by 7 at the half. Jaggers gets it over to Young, thought about the 3, gives it back to Jaggers to Hollowell. Hollowell has Parker on the block, but Marshall's going to get called for the walk instead.
5th turnover for the Tigers here in the third quarter. Tilghman with 4.
So both teams with the likelihood of going over 20 turnovers each tonight. Tilghman down low, shots no good. They work it down to Rosie Mentor, but she'll go to the free throw line. And Bella McConnell looks like she's going to pick up her third. Still 3:38 left to go in the third. Mentor, free throw, good. She's got a chance to tie this one up. Winner of this one advances to play Webster County in early January in the second round of the Kentucky 2A Championships. Off the back of the rim hard, no good. Rebound comes up to Tilghman. Battle underneath, won by Carson Parker. They get down to Hollowell. Hollowell fakes one out, puts a shot up off the board, no good. And Tilghman had position for the rebound, but they tip it out of bounds. And it'll stay Lady Tiger basketball underneath their own bucket.
Manja with a really good look there, just could not finish.
Carson Parker all alone underneath. She puts a left-handed shot up, no good. Ball is going to go off of Paducah Tilghman out of bounds. Good hustle play by Bella McConnell. Took a chance with those 3 fouls, but she reached in there, tapped it off a Tilghman player. And it's Lady Tiger basketball as Peyton Young will inbound it. Get it into McConnell. And McConnell's called for the walk.
Bella trying to get into some open spaces then, just drug that foot before she put her dribble down.
Carson Parker set the check back in. Thomas has it top of the key for Paducah. Thomas wants to drive on Morgan McDaniels. Gets it in the corner. Now looks towards the lane. Left-handed shot up, no good. Gets her own rebound up, no good. And it's Bella McConnell with the rebound. Caldwell County the other way. Bella will pull this one up to Jaggers. Jaggers over to Young. Wide open 3 from the left wing, no good. Ball still loose on the floor. And Paducah Tilghman retrieves it deep in the corner. Now Tilghman trying to get it back. McConnell got away when the foul, comes up with the steal. Bank shot, Farmer's bank shot up and in for Bella McConnell.
Bella got by with her fourth, didn't commit her fourth one. Clearly a foul.
Paducah Tilghman back the other way quickly, up and in off the board from the right block. And it's 44-43, Lady Tigers, 2:11 to go here in the third quarter. Pass down to Morgan McDaniels. Underneath is too much. She can't control it, goes out of bounds. And it'll be Lady Tornado basketball.
7 turnovers for the Lady Tigers, 2-4 for Tilghman here in the third quarter.
Bob, I'm curious if a referee and crew came out and knew they were calling a lot of fouls early, do they back it off because they know the players are going to run out of fouls eventually? Because it has really been a night and day situation as far as the officiating from the first quarter till now.
I'm not sure what their mindset is. Tilghman wants to come down and get the ball on the board as quickly as they can because they probably are enjoying a rebounding edge.
Tilghman with the empty possession. Caldwell County will bring it back the other way. Tilghman's come out with that press. They've gone man-to-man. They'll try to trap out of that. Jaggers dribbles out of it. Gets it over to Goffinette. Goffinette's going to dribble towards the top of the key. She'll put it to Parker. Parker gets it to Jaggers. Jaggers drives the lane. Left-handed shot. Up and in. Bank shot. A Farmer's bank shot. Gives Caldwell County the 3-point lead. 1.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's Thomas the other way over to Gray. Gray with the runner. That one's got to be called because Gray went to the ground. She misses a shot, but it's going to be 2 shots and the foul on Carson Parker.
Carson picking up her first foul here. And again, Diamond Gray, her 4th trip to the line for 2. Always misses the first, hits the second.
And this one,
so far,
we're halfway there.
Maybe we have jinxed her. Yes.
That one well short.
Maybe it takes 1 to get the field. Shooting her 10th free throw here. She's 4 out of 9 so far at the line.
Second shot for Diamond Gray is in. And the lead down to 2. We get it in to Peyton Young. Young with some pressure, double teamed in the backcourt. Young able to keep control of it. And she's going to be called for the double dribble, although it was knocked away. They could have called a walk, I think, at the same time. Just gave a signal for the double dribble.
It's almost as if we were unaware that they were in a press against us.
It's Thomas, takes it baseline, no good, but Peyton Young's going to pick up the foul, and it'll send Destiny Thomas to the line. Thomas, the leading scorer on the season for Paducah Tilghman, as she comes into tonight averaging 16.2 points a game. First one is good for Thomas.
Thomas 2 out of 3 from the charity stripe tonight.
And she can tie it up with 1:07 left. Second free throw is good. Tilghman brings that press, gets through the hands of Caldwell County. Johnny on the spot is Thomas for Paducah Tilghman. And Coach Thomas wants a timeout as Tilghman back on a short run, and they now lead 48-46. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, John. Timeout's brought to you by Russo Law. Russo Law is located in downtown Princeton and always ready to serve all of your legal needs. Bob, it's not a game. Either team will be having a fun time in the film room watching. A lot of turnovers both sides. I think that's pretty much what's kept it close so far. Caldwell County's missed a lot of free throws. Tilghman still shooting just about 50%, maybe a little bit better here in the second half.
And what certainly has hurt the Tigers here, we have 8 turnovers here in the third quarter to Tillman's 4. Tilghman picking up an easy basket that time off with a steal. And Tilghman is going to put the heat on again.
Caldwell County's going to inbound. They'll do the 4 across. Peyton Young takes it, gets it in to Boyd. Boyd's going to dribble against the double team. Too much hand check on number 2, Diamond Gray. She'll pick up the foul on Boyd.
Should be Diamond's 3rd foul. It is.
We get it into Jaggers. Jaggers dribbles in to the front court. Jaggers guarded by Gray. Now goes left side, gets it over to Boyd. Boyd's going to go off the pick. Running shot in the lane, no good. Rebound to Parker, throws it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Tilghman. It's 2-on-1, Paducah Tilghman. Peyton Young back for Caldwell County. No good, rebound up, no good. And J.C. Jaggers gets it for the Lady Tigers as we dodge a bullet on that possession. Jaggers will bring it down, 24 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Lady Tigers trailing by 2. Give and go from Goffinette to Jaggers. Good off the board, Farmer's bank shot. J.C. Jaggers, and we are knotted at 48.
Got to stop the ball.
Diamond Gray all the way the other way, just puts up a wild shot, not touched. Rebound to Goffinette. Goffinette puts it down to Jaggers. Jaggers tries to save it at the horn, can't. So after 3 quarters of play, we've settled nothing. It's Lady Tigers 48, Blue Tornado 48. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is Lady Tiger basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion. Maria specials are a local favorite you're sure to love. Or you might want to try the new street tacos. Tacos de asada, tacos de carnita, or tacos de chorizo. La Pontesina is now open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9:30. And Sundays, 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Pontesina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
And welcome back to the Cab. We're through 3 quarters of play. Caldwell County erasing that 7-point Lady Tornado lead at half by outscoring the Tornado 18-11 here in the third quarter. The fourth quarter, we remind you, is being brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley here in Princeton. Go by and check with Pam to see what Christmas discounts that she has available. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Lady Tigers to inbound the ball here to start the fourth quarter, and for the call, Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Lady Tigers will put it in play at midcourt. Goffinette into Boyd. Boyd's going to bring it in. Paducah Tilghman's going to drop back in the 2-3. Jada works it around to Jaggers. Open 3, left wing, good. Goodwin Insurance 3-pointer for J.C. Jaggers. And the Lady Tigers out in front, 51-48. Caldwell County with the steal. Carson Parker with the deflection. Gets it to Goffinette over to McConnell. McConnell shot no good. Ball loose on the floor. Tilghman comes away with it. Great job by Caldwell County to get back defensively. Cut that fast break off for Tilghman. And Paducah throws it out of bounds, trying to work it down into the corner.
Jason.
So the Lady Tigers will come back the other way. Jaggers will inbound to Boyd. And they work it to Jaggers. Jaggers down to the corner to Goffinette. Dumps it in the middle to McConnell. McConnell running right-hander up, no good. Gets a rebound, bank shot, Farmer's bank shot up by Bella McConnell. And the lead back out to 5 for Caldwell County. It's going to be Thomas driving, has it deflected. Ball still loose on the floor. Goes off a Lady Tiger and out of bounds. It'll be Tilghman basketball on the baseline. Into the ball game, number 4, Andrea Askew. And a push by Thomas against Goffinette. No call. The ball goes off of Lucy. But you can see the arms extended, Bob. I'm not sure. I know maybe it's easier to call some up here with our vantage point. But Thomas thought about the shot from the free throw line. Instead, puts it to the right wing. Back to Thomas. Thomas wants to go underneath. Shot rolls and goes for Deja Garland. That one spun like a roulette wheel for a little bit, but it finally does go. 53-50, Lady Tigers. Open in the corner is Goffinette. Gets it out to Jaggers. Back to Boyd. Boyd with a runner down the lane. Partially blocked. And Boyd's going to come in and cause the tie-up. Possession arrow is going to stay with Tilghman.
Tigers clinging to a 3-point lead. 6 minutes, 24 seconds to play here in the game.
Big pick out front on Goffinette as Thomas spins down the lane. Puts it over to Garland. Back inside to Thomas. Lucy Goffinette tied the ball up, but is going to pick up the foul. And again, another call that Coach Thomas definitely does not agree with, getting an explanation from the official right now. Thomas saying Goffinette had good position. Free throw good by Destiny Thomas. Thomas has got to be getting close to her 16-point average.
She is 17 right now as we speak.
Second shot up and good. And it's a 1-point ball game. Caldwell County had been out by 5 just a minute ago. Jaggers works it down to Goffinette. Back out to Jaggers in the wing. They whip it around. Young with the three-pointer from the right wing, no good. McConnell back up with the rebound, or Jaggers back up with the rebound, no good. Steal inside by Peyton Young, off the board, bank shot. And a Farmer's bank shot gives Caldwell County a 3-point lead. Thomas quickly the other way. Nobody stopped the ball, and we're back down to a 1-point lead. Jada Boyd tries to dribble it coast to coast, goes off a Paducah Tilghman player as they knock it out of bounds. Kind of a frenetic pace right now for both teams, Bob. Goffinette comes out of the ball game, Carson Parker in. Neither team taking care of the ball well enough to get this fast. Inbounds play goes into McConnell. Shot rolls off the rim. No good. Paducah Tilghman's Thomas comes up with the rebound, gets it down to Diamond Gray. Gray tried to drive the lane, gets around Jada Boyd. Boyd thought she had the tie-up, but had too much arm, and she'll get called for the foul. And we're going to say she was shooting and give her 2 shots on this one. And Bob, you've told the story tonight. Each time she's been at the line, it's been a miss and then a hit. Gray up, misses the first. Maja Hollowell is going to come in for Jada Boyd. Still over 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. Caldwell County with a 1-point lead. But if history has anything to say about it, Gray will tie it on this one. Shot up and good, and we are tied. Is that 6 times tonight she's done that?
Five times.
Caldwell County comes down. They'll attack the 2-3 zone. Get it to Hollowell left wing. Skip pass over to Young. Back to Hollowell. Young had the open 3. Turns it down. Gets it back to Maja. Maja lobs it in to McConnell. McConnell with a ball fake. Shot up. No good. Bella McConnell will get back to the free throw line for 2 Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws.
And I think 24 for Tilghman.
Tayania Talley. McConnell's free throw, no good. She'll get another Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw. Always free to try the first time at Lake Barkley CrossFit.
Bella 5 out of 9 from the charity stripe tonight.
This one also no good. Rebound comes down to Talley. Caldwell goes man to man.
And 24 again, just been called for the illegal pick.
Got a moving screen called on Talley. We'll give it back to the Lady Tigers. 5 minutes to go here in the ball game, tied at 55. Still to come the boys matchup here in the 2A Kentucky Championships. Three-point attempt by Jaggers, well off the mark, ball on the floor. Hollowell comes away with it, gets it to Parker. Parker goes up, left-handed shot, no good. McConnell comes in, fights the rebound away, puts a shot up from 8 feet and good. Bella McConnell with just an effort play on that one. So, Bob, that's what you know you get out of her every game of the season, every time she steps on the floor. Pure effort out of Bella McConnell. It's going to be Tillman with the layup attempt, no good. Rebound, Tillman, no good. Another try for Tillman, no good. But Deja Garland will go to the free throw line. We'll see if the foul is going to get called on for the Lady Tigers. Looks like Jaggers.
I think that's JC's second, I think.
The unique free throw style of Deja Garland is no good. Jada Boyd's coming back into the ball game, and Maja Hollowell will come out.
Garland is 1 out of 4 from the charity stripe tonight, missing her last 3.
Garland holds the ball way above her head to start the shot. It's going to be a lane violation. Shot went in, but the lane violation is going to be called on Destiny Thomas. So a break for the Lady Tigers as they'll hold on to that 2-point lead and possession.
Tillman's 8th turnover of the second half. Lady Tigers, but also 8.
Lady Tigers go up against the 2-3 zone. Jaggers on the right wing. You got Young on the left. Jaggers wanted to go in to McConnell. Ball's tipped away. Jaggers able to pick it back up. This time JC gets it down to McConnell. McConnell had some good position. It's going to be tied up. Possession arrow is going to keep it with the Lady Tigers. Well of a game here to start the doubleheader tonight in the Kentucky 2A Championships. Peyton Young to inbound, has McConnell underneath. McConnell double team, gets it back to Young. Young wisely brings it back out front. Young to Boyd, Boyd to Jaggers. Jaggers had the 3, skips it over to Young. Over to Boyd, back to Jaggers for the 3. Left side, no good. Saved inbounds by Peyton Young. And Caldwell County will reset it with 3:30 left to go in the ball game. Down to McConnell. McConnell's going to be fouled from behind. Some sarcastic applause from the Caldwell Crazies that Caldwell finally got a call down low. Only the 16th foul on Paducah. Caldwell County will be on the bonus on the next foul. Three-pointer, top of the key, Jaggers, no good. Rebound comes back down to Peyton Young. Just a tough night from the outside for J.C. Jaggers. She's still trying to shoot through it. They get it into McConnell. Got the nice shooter's roll from 6 feet. And it's the Lady Tigers, 59-55. Thomas quickly the other way, answers for the Blue Tornado. Bob, that's happened a lot of times now. Thomas answers on a drive and nobody stops the ball. Peyton Young, 3, rattles out. Carson Parker battles for the rebound, going to go off of Parker.
No, you're right, Dennis. We have to work for our baskets. They hustle the ball down the floor and usually have a decent 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot shot.
Carson Parker out front. Steal away. Paducah Tilghman able to come back and pick it up. Good deflection by Bella McConnell. It's going to be Diamond Gray trying to get it underneath. All alone is Askew. She misses the wide open bunny. Shot up on the rebound by Paducah Tilghman's Garland. I think I've ever seen anybody airball one from 3 feet, but Askew did on that one.
I think I've done that a couple times in my life. Foul is on.
Looks like Parker's picked up her second. Garland with the free throw, good. Tilghman trails by 1 with a chance to tie it. 2:31 left to go in the ball game. Opener's going to come down to the wire. Garland, free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Jaggers gets it. And it's going to be a tie-up called. And that'll give it back to Tilghman, who will have the opportunity to take the lead, taking it out underneath their own basket. They get it into Garland, back over to Askew, to number 21, Anderson. Back over to Gray. Running shot in the lane, good. And Tilghman back out in front now, 60-59. Tilghman into that zone. Caldwell County to Jaggers, back over to Boyd. To Jaggers in the right corner, back out to Boyd. Works it inside to Parker. Parker has it back tap. Ball loose on the floor. Peyton Young fighting for it. It's going to be a tied up situation, and the Lady Tigers will keep possession.
Tilghman with a 1-point lead here, exactly 2 minutes to play in the game.
Parker out, and Goffinette's going to come in. Full timeout called on the floor by Paducah Tilghman, so we'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
North Jefferson Street is locally owned and operated with a strong, sincere focus on customer service. Planters Bank has a diverse team of seasoned professionals in Western Kentucky and Clarksville, Tennessee. Since first opening their doors, Planters Bank has made a name for itself as an energetic player in the financial services market. Stop by and talk to the friendly folks at Planters and find out about the You Choose Rewards program. Planters Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the Cab. Exactly 2 minutes to go. Tigers inbound the ball on their end of the floor for the call. Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Back in action here. Crowd starting to get into this one. Peyton Young inbounds on her own baseline. Gets it all the way out front to Jaggers. Jaggers to Boyd. Boyd has it, drives the lane, puts it over to Goffinette from 14 feet. No good. Rebound, Bella McConnell throws it up off the board. No good. Ball loose on the floor. Caldwell County scraps. Tied up, and it will be Blue Tornado basketball. Coach Thomas wanting a foul called as Bella McConnell really knocked off balance. Another full timeout on the floor. We'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Brad Harrelson, a financial advisor with Encompass Wealth Management. I've been partnered with the Woodall Insurance Agency for the past 13 years. In just the same way the Woodall Agency has worked hard to be your local insurance agent, I want to be the person you think of for your financial advice. So give me a call at 365-5541 or stop by our office in Princeton to discuss your financial future. You'll be glad you did.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And we're back here at the gym. 1 minute, 45 seconds to go. Tilghman inbound the ball and bring it the length of the floor, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell County is going to bring full court pressure. Man to man. Peyton Young guards the ball. They get it into Thomas. Has it knocked loose. That's Peyton Young with the steal. Goes up, puts a shot up, has it blocked. Tilghman comes away with it. Caldwell County still with the press. Thomas picks a dribble up. They get it over to Garland. Still at half court, and Jada Boyd, out of all the contact tonight, is going to pick up her 5th foul at midcourt.
Unbelievable.
Carson Parker, Maja Hollowell back into the ball game for the Lady Tigers.
Jada's just fouled out of the game.
It's going to send Diamond Gray to the free throw line.
Diamond with 2 free throws again tonight, missing her first on the last 5 trips to the line. Breaks that string.
You're right. Up and in for Diamond Gray, 61-59. Second shot, no good. She pulls the reverse. Rebound goes to McConnell. McConnell gets it out to Jaggers. Jaggers quickly up court to Young. Young back to Jaggers. Jaggers pulls up the dribble, top of the key, gets it to Peyton Young, left wing. Young wants to drive, gets it back to Jaggers. 1:07 to go in the ball game. Lady Tigers down by 2. Jaggers drives, gets it to Hollowell. Hollowell takes it across the lane over to McConnell. McConnell goes up with the shot, no good, but she'll have 2 Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws coming up. And she took it to the rim hard.
I believe they're going to get Deja Garland, her 4th. Bella with 2 charity tosses.
First free throw for McConnell is good. And Bella can tie this one. 57.7 left in this one.
Bella with 15 points here in the second half, total of 26 for the game.
Bella McConnell's second free throw up and in. And we are tied at 61. Caldwell County's going to call a timeout. We'll see if it's a full. I think it's going to be a full. And we'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Performance Sports in Princeton. Trilogy offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals, like yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, and weightlifting. They have family discounts, and your first class is free. So come work out in a family-friendly environment at Trilogy Performance Sports, located directly behind Cash Express in Princeton. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports Princeton. Telephone 270-601-1824.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the Cab here. 57 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. And Dennis, looking around, we've got a really good crowd here tonight.
Yeah, it really has picked up since we started this girls game.
Boys coming out next to play, but we're all knotted up at 61 each. 57 seconds to go for the call. Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Paducah Tilghman has the ball. They'll bring it the length of the court.
Lady Tigers going man-to-man here.
It's Parker on Thomas out front. Thomas pulls up her dribble. Gets it to the left wing. Now back over to Thomas. Thomas is going to drive, puts it in the lane to Garland. Garland throws it away. She was wanting to go down to Jalea Biggers. Too much for her to handle. It goes off her hands. Out of bounds. Lady Tigers have just over 40 seconds to do something with it. Got to get it in first. They get it to Jaggers. Jaggers double teamed in the backcourt, doing a Curly Neal imitation. Coach Thomas calls a timeout. Jaggers in great danger of being called for the travel on that one. Full timeout, Bob. I'll tell you what, let's keep it here for one. What do you say? We'll talk about this one a little bit.
Yeah, we better have a couple deep breaths here before we go back to action here, because it's not only frantic, it really is fast-paced here, and Tilghman obviously trying to turn us over.
Timeout brought to you by Rousseau Law. Caldwell County has tied this one up. They were down 7 at the half. Battled back, actually had a 5-point lead in this quarter. But this game has been back and forth all night. The turnovers have been an issue for both squads, so that's kind of been a bit of a wash, more or less. Free throws not really good for either team, but the determination for both of them has been high.
It's been a well-played basketball game if you can look at it from just effort, Dennis. A lot of effort by both teams out here tonight. Caldwell County with a chance to, with 35 seconds to play, to take the lead here in a really hard-fought basketball game. And Tilghman's going to come back with a press, and for the call here, my colleague Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Caldwell looks to get it in. You got Peyton Young, gets it into Jaggers. See what Caldwell County's Coach Thomas called out of the timeout. Jaggers to go around top of the key, dump it off to Young. Young's going to go left hand. Paducah Tilghman really pushing him way out high. This one's going to be tipped away by Paducah Tilghman. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. 20.8 seconds. Caldwell County inbounds in front of their own bench. They get it into Hollowell. Hollowell almost double dribble. Got the ball back to Jaggers.
I think she had two hands on that ball.
Jaggers to Young. Young has it bounce up on her. 10 seconds left. Caldwell County's got to put this one in play somewhere. And Coach Thomas calls another timeout. 5.6 seconds left in regulation. Coach Thomas calls a timeout. She's going to see what this team can set up and try to pull out this win. The winner of this one goes on to play Webster County. I think it's January 8th. I won't swear to that, early January in the second round. The winner of this one will go to Webster County for that matchup, as will the boys' winner tonight between the Caldwell County Tigers and Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornadoes. And Bob, this has been a fun contest all the way through. I mean, it's been hard to watch at times with all the turnovers and fouls early on, but I'm kind of torn. You got somebody that's got to get up at 4 o'clock for the old day job, but you like basketball like this with this atmosphere, the band into it, the crowd into it, tied up with 5.6 seconds left to go in regulation.
If we win both these tonight, Dennis, you'll never feel it tomorrow at all at work.
I'll get back to you tomorrow night and see how that goes.
Well, yes.
The Tigers will be back in action tomorrow night against UHA right here at the Cab. We'll be on the air tomorrow night at 7:15 for that one. 7:30 tip-off for the Lady Blazers and Lady Tigers.
Here we go.
Peyton Young to inbound. And a quick foul is going to be called. A hold is going to be called on Diamond Gray. And that'll send J.C. Jaggers to the line. It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Jaggers.
I'm Tilghman's coach. I'm a little bit frustrated with that call.
Yeah, especially the way they've let them play since midway of the second quarter. Lake Barkley crossed their free throw, no good. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Tilghman. They're bringing it the other way, and they're going to get called for steps at midcourt. It'd be nice if they could put a little time back on the clock on that one. Just 0.6 seconds left. And they're not going to put any time back on the clock. Caldwell County's got enough time to inbound it, turn, and shoot. Shot up, off the board, no good. From the board to the back of the rim. And we're going into overtime here in the first game as we end regulation, knotted up at 61. We'll take a break and be back in a minute. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3, WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Papa doesn't hear me very well. When I tell him I love him, he can't hear me. It makes me so sad. Please, Santa, bring him some Audibel hearing aids. Love, Emma.
It's so good to hear you say you love me.
Best Christmas ever!
Call Audibel today for your free hearing test.
There's no better time than now to hear better for Christmas.
Call Audibel, 270-554-1900.
This episode of the world's shortest sitcom by KFC. Like I always say, it's the inside that counts. Like what's inside my new KFC 10-piece chicken feast. It's 10 pieces of chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes, and 4 biscuits for $19.99. Get more meal for the family for under $20. That's what really matters. It's pretty incredible what chicken can teach you about life.
And we're back here to start the overtime. We have the conventional jump ball. Now the teams are in the right position. And for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Take a Bob on the tip. Paducah Tilghman controls. Caldwell County's going to go zone. Thomas works it into the corner to Gray. Back out to Garland. Garland over to Anderson. Anderson's going to drive the lane. She'll pull it up. Back out to Thomas. Thomas off balance shot up and in. And Tilghman gets the first 2 of overtime. And then Thomas comes right up and fouls J.C. Jaggers in the backcourt. Ninth foul on Paducah Tilghman, so both teams will be in the double bonus on the next Tilghman foul. Jaggers at the line for the 1-and-1. She had the opportunity to put this one away, missed the front end with about 5.5 seconds left to go in regulation. She puts this one up and in. So Jaggers now with a chance to tie this one. JC's shot up and in. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw for JC Jaggers. And we're tied back up at 63.
4-minute overtime here is high school ball.
Caldwell County a little unsure what defense they're in. Part of a man-to-man and part zone. Now, I was wondering if they were going to call that foul. JC got hit so hard it buckled her knees.
Tilghman is content to foul. Dennis, I don't know that strategy at all.
And that was a hard foul. It's going to send JC to the line. 2 shots for both teams rest of the way.
JC just having made her previous 2.
This one rolls off side of the rim, no good. Caldwell has not had a good night from the free throw line. Jaggers will get a second. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw for JC Jaggers. This one good. 1-point lead for the Lady Tigers. Man-to-man for the Lady Tigers. Parker picks up Thomas. Thomas pulls up her dribble, gets it to Garland. Garland goes underneath. Shot up, no good. And it's Bella McConnell. They're going to call a tie-up. Bella McConnell had great position, but they're going to say Biggers had the hands on the ball without touching. McConnell, possession now is going to stay with the Lady Tigers. We get it into Parker. Parker quickly to Hollowell. Hollowell's going to pull this one back. Jaggers has it right wing or left wing. She's going to dribble back out top of the key. Caldwell County will run the offense. Pick and roll from McConnell. Jaggers dumps it over to Young. Young pulls up for the 12-footer, no good. And it's going to be a travel on the rebound by Diamond Gray, giving it back to Caldwell County.
Tilghman's 12th turnover here in the second half. The Lady Tigers with 10.
So they should be just about deadlocked. I think we had 2 more in the first half. Jaggers is going to bring this one out. We're under 3 minutes now, 2:50 to go in the ball game. Or let's say in the first overtime, as these 2 teams have been battling all night. Hollowell gets it over to Young. Young turned down the 2-pointer. She'll bring it back out to Jaggers, top of the key. Jaggers gets it to Hollowell. Hollowell right wing. Bounce pass over to McConnell. Bella up off the board, no good. Bella with the rebound, up and in. Farmers bank shot, Bella McConnell. Lady Tigers up by 3. McConnell, an awesome night, both points and rebounds. It's going to be Thomas trying to drive the lane. Goes out of bounds. She lost control of it. Nobody touched it. Goes across the end line, and the Lady Tigers, with the 3-point lead, will have the ball. They get it into Jaggers. JC comes up. She's going to be double teamed in the backcourt. Has to have some help. Gets it up to Hollowell. Hollowell puts it underneath to McConnell. McConnell misses the short one. Knocked out of bounds on the rebound by Paducah Tilghman.
Oh, you wanted that one to go down.
McConnell wants that one back. She makes those 100 out of 100 times.
She just rushed it because she was being closed fast by Tilghman.
Under 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Caldwell County is going to bring this one out. That's going to be Gray come out to guard Jaggers. They get it over to Young. Young's guarded by Thomas. Crossover move by Peyton Young. Gave her some time, pulls it back out to Jaggers. Jaggers dribbles in to Hollowell. Hollowell gets it to McConnell. McConnell at the top of the key, drives the lane, has it get loose. Bella puts a shot up, no good. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay Lady Tiger basketball. And Paducah Tilghman's coach is furious because he thinks Caldwell County went over the back on that one, and I can't argue.
No, I can't either. We did go over the back.
So Caldwell County gets the ball inbounds.
I think they've swallowed their whistles here in the second half.
Yeah, the pea is stuck in it or something. I don't know what it is, but they're letting them really get after it. Jaggers double teamed out front, dribbles out of it, gets it over to Young. Young's having to dribble all the way out near a half court, now triple team, and has the ball stolen away. Paducah Tilghman has numbers. They work it down underneath. Ball still loose. Now they're going to pull it back out, get it to Garland. Garland for the two. Up and in from 12 feet. And Tilghman back within one. Caldwell County, 45 seconds on the board. Foul's going to be called on Thomas as Jaggers was trying to dribble it up the court. Desperation shot by Garland somehow went in on the other end. It was a well-defended play by the Lady Tigers. Garland just made a tough shot. 41.7 seconds left. J.C. Jaggers at the line looking to make it a three-point lead. Lake Barkley crossfit free throw. Up and no good. Jaggers gets a second. Both teams in the double bonus. This one rolls, gets the good roll and spin in. 2-point lead for the Lady Tigers. And Paducah Tilghman throws it away. Caldwell County has it taken away in the backcourt. And Jaggers is going to be called for the foul. Jaggers did not see Gray come up from behind, knocked it away.
No, we don't have, when we get the ball, we don't have to be in a hurry. We just need to focus and find out where we are.
Diamond Gray at the line.
And again, Diamond
He's had a miss and a make on every attempt tonight, and hopefully that'll stay true at worst. Shot up, gets the roll, good. So Gray with a chance to tie it. 32.7 seconds left in the first overtime. This one up, no good. Big rebound to Carson Parker. Parker gets it over to Jaggers. Jaggers gets it back to McConnell. McConnell is going to be called for steps.
Holy mackerel.
I never saw her move her feet. She pulled up, had the defense on her. She was just looking to get the ball over to Jaggers. Coach Thomas shaking her head on the call. Caldwell County not pressuring their inbounds. It's going to be Thomas. Thomas wants to clear out, guarded by Parker. Thomas drives left side. Shot up and no good. 3-second call in the lane on Paducah Tilghman. You said, do they still have those? That's the second one tonight that we've had.
Goodness gracious.
Caldwell County, 17.3. Got to get it in. We come into Hollowell. Hollowell drags the pivot foot and turns it right back over to Paducah Tilghman. It's like nobody wants to get the ball across half court.
Nobody wants to win, I believe.
Timeout called by Paducah Tilghman. We'll see if it's a full or not, Bob. I've got to get a drink of something. This has been a whale of a ball game. Full timeout. We'll take 30. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Christmas gift. How about America's greatest grill? A Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company. Holland Grills are the only grills guaranteed not to flare up and are proudly made in America. Stop on or give us a call at Portland Gas and we will give you the best deal on a gift that will be enjoyed year-round. Treat yourself or someone special this season with a Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company, located on Highway 62 West in Princeton. Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the CAB. 15.6 seconds remaining to be played here in the first overtime. Caldwell County clinging to a 1-point lead. And to inbound it here side front court for the call. Final 15.6 seconds. My colleague Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Thomas tried to get it in. Good hands by Parker. Deflects it out of bounds. Tilghman trailing by one, 67-66. Good job defensively by the Lady Tigers. They get it into Thomas. Thomas with the Euro step misses the layup. Ball comes in. It's going to go off of Paducah Tilghman. Lady Tiger basketball. Good job by the Tigers defensively. Thomas missed a wide open layup for Paducah Tilghman.
I mean, wide open.
8.4. If we can get it in, Tilghman has the foul. We don't even have to get it across half court. Get it into Jaggers. Jaggers double team. They get it over to Young. Young to Carson Parker. And Coach Thomas calls the timeout. Rob, let's keep this one right here, kind of set the stage for this one. Both these teams fighting for a shot to take on Webster County. And aside from Fisk, literally fighting tonight, both teams have left it on the court. Not been the prettiest of ball games, but the hustle and determination has been great, especially here in this overtime.
And a little strategy here, Dennis. When we inbound the ball, it'll be side midcourt. All we have to do is get it into our front court, hopefully to a Lady Tiger, but we don't need to throw it in the backcourt where Tilghman can knock it loose and go in for a quick, easy shot. So we'll see what Coach Thomas has drawn up here for the Lady Tigers to get the ball in bounds. 3.8 seconds is a lot of time, but we're clinging to a 1-point lead, and we definitely want the ball to be in our front court if we lose it.
Coach Thomas taking a chance, calling this timeout that we get the ball back in cleanly, because we really didn't have to bring it across half court. You knew they were going to have to foul. But this way, we've got to get it in. After we get it in cleanly, like you said, if we can throw it into our front court and get somebody from Caldwell County to pick it up, our chances almost, well, very easily to win the ball game. They get it into Hollowell. Hollowell dribbles in.
Oh, that's got to be an intentional
foul. It is.
Although I haven't seen that sign yet.
Yeah, he held up the cross.
Okay, there we go.
And that's going to send Maja 2 shots and the ball as Caldwell County 1 second, barring a miracle, should have this win and advance in the new Kentucky 2A championship. Free throw good, Maja Hollowell. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw.
Maja, an excellent free throw shooter.
Second shot, good. 69-66, Lady Tigers with the 3-point lead. 1 second left in overtime. And Caldwell County with the ball side out. Peyton Young
just get it in.
Honors. Just throw it into Jaggers, and that's it. Caldwell County wins a thriller in overtime. 69-66 over Paducah Tilghman. Lady Tigers survive a lot of turnovers, some poor foul shooting, and hold on to win this one. And they'll advance to play Webster County in early January in the Kentucky 2A championship. Stay tuned. We'll be back to wrap this one up. Talk to Coach Thomas, get all the stats coming up on the Trilogy Performing Sports postgame show. Coming your way in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned for that. You're listening to Lady Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
I'm Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
What does your morning sound like?
Morning, Al.
Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please? Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
This is Danny Patton with Farmers Bank and Trust Company. Our new Lyon County branch is now open. Come in and see us for the same friendly service and the names and faces you know and trust provide you all your banking needs. We're now ready to serve you at 28 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Fridays, 8:30 to 5, and 9 to 12:30 on Saturdays. Stop by today and experience banking at its best at Farmers Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
The Caldwell Medical Associates Family Practice Clinic, formerly the Caldwell Family Practice, is extending its operating hours to better accommodate your busy schedule. They're now open from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you've been putting off a doctor's visit or you're overdue for a checkup, make an appointment today by calling 270-365-1225. That's 270-365-1225. Make them your choice for better quality health care right here at home.
The scorebook is closed on this game. It's time for the Caldwell County postgame show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And we are back to the cab after a thrilling overtime ball game. Caldwell County comes out with the win, 69-66 over Paducah Tilghman. They advance in the Kentucky 2A Championships to face Webster County coming up in early January. Bob doing the stats right now. We'll have those coming your way in just a minute. This is the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show. Trilogy Performance Sports offers sports training, gymnastics, kickboxing, all kinds of fitness exercises. They're open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Your first visit is always free, so come in and be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports. Still watching for Coach Thomas to come up, Bob, so if you're ready with the stats, we can go ahead and start on those.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, Dennis, because I'm sure she'll be up here. In the second half, Caldwell County outscores the Tornado 18-11, eliminating that 7-point Tilghman halftime lead. In the fourth quarter, each team scoring 13 points, and in the overtime, Caldwell County scoring 8, Tilghman 5 for the Tigers, 69-66. Thrilling victory here over the Lady Tornado from Paducah for Caldwell County, led tonight by 29 points from Bella McConnell, 11 in the first half, 16 in the second half, 2 in the overtime for 29 points, 21 points for J.C. Jaggers, 7 in the first half, 10 in the second half, 4 in overtime. All 4 of her points in overtime coming from the free throw line. 21 points for J.C., 8 points for Peyton Young, 3 first half, 5 second half. She had 2 threes tonight, 1 2-pointer for 8 points, 6 points for Jada Boyd, all in the first half. 2 points for Carson Parker, that coming in the first half. 1 point for Morgan McDaniel, that coming in the first half. And 2 points on the final 2 points of the game. 2 free throws, 2 out of 2 by Marja Hollowell. 2 points for her tonight, total of 69 points for the Lady Tigers. And Coach Thomas is here, and I'm going to turn it over to Dennis, and I'm going to get some Tilghman boys stuff here going.
All right. Thank you, Bob. We'll take a minute here to get Coach Thomas mic'd up here on the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show. Big win for Caldwell County in the first round of the brand new 2A Kentucky Championships.
I needed some
and a great win for the Lady Tigers tonight in overtime, 69-66. Coach Thomas sitting down with us now, joining us, being able to take a look at some of the unofficial stat sheets. Coach Thomas, first of all, congratulations on a thrilling win here tonight at the Cab.
Thank you. I'm real proud of this one. We played our hearts out. We made a lot of mistakes, starting with me. This was, we were able to get this win tonight despite bad coaching. I did a lot of things wrong tonight. Maybe it's never about me, but I'm glad that I was able to make some bad decisions tonight, and the girls worked hard enough to overcome it.
Well, they played a well of a game tonight. Let's start off first talking about Bella McConnell.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, you and I talk just about every basketball game you come up and talk to us about. We talk about the effort of Bella McConnell, but 29 points, double-double tonight. Played a great game, played her heart out tonight, and she leads the heart of this basketball team just about every night you take the floor.
She brings a tear to my eye just thinking about how sacrificially she plays. She plays so hard, and I don't know how she puts the ball in the basket the way she does. I mean, she's undersized, and she just plays so hard, and she was rewarded on the scorecard tonight, and a big reason why we were able to get this win.
An even matchup tonight. Both teams having trouble with possessions. Both teams well into the 20s in turnovers tonight. Free throw shooting was a little bit tough on us, a cold shooting hand in the first half. What willed this team to get to the to make up that 7 points at halftime, come up in the second half and force overtime?
Just effort and want to. One thing that this team always gives you through their mistakes, we make a lot of mistakes and we missed a lot of shots. But one thing that this team does is they just play so hard the whole time. And I'm really proud of our effort, and that paid off for us tonight. We're able to see it through.
A big win for you tonight as you guys will now advance. This is a brand new tournament, and this is fun. This is a big deal. Just like the All-A Classic has become for Kentucky, the 2A championships, you're going to advance now and play Webster County, a tough Webster County team in early January.
Yeah, that's our prize for winning this game. Is probably one of the best 2A teams in the state in Webster County. They're fantastic, but you know, I love 2A. I loved 1A. We were in Class A tournament, and I love that we have this extra opportunity at postseason in the middle of the season. And so hopefully when we go over to Webster County, it'll be a tournament-like atmosphere, and it'll just give us another game, more experience, and we're going to go and give them all we got. You know, our goal, one of our goals this year is to compete in every game we play, and we feel like we have the ability to compete with everybody, even with Webster County. And so we're going to go over there and give it our best shot. We won't play that game until January, but you know, so we have some games to get ready, and hopefully by then we'll be ready to compete with Webster.
Before we talk about tomorrow night, let's mention one other player tonight. You got back in the starting lineup, Peyton Young.
Oh man, it's great to have Peyton back. She gives us an outside threat. She's got to get in the flow, get in the rhythm. And she had some extra minutes tonight to do that. She's got to get her legs under her a little bit, but she brings so much to the table, starting with her leadership. She's a great leader for us, and the whole team, everybody's is glad to have her back.
Well, we've seen some good atmospheres. We started out at Lyon County to start the season, and it was packed. It was great. Tonight, you've got the Caldwell Crazies are making a name for themselves over there on the sideline with the ugly Christmas sweater nights. You've got the band here. It's tournament atmosphere tonight for this 2A championship. So you've got some good things going on. We're going to come right back tomorrow night and take on a very tough UHA team.
UHA is always good. They're always scrappy. So we don't have a whole lot of time to think about this one. I am going to go back and we'll study this game, and because there was a lot of there's a lot of back and forth in this game, and a lot of opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. So we're going to study that and try to learn from it. A lot happened, and so we need to take a step back and look at these things and learn from them. This game, I feel like this game will be a game that we can look back on and feel like we learned from down the road.
And you beat a very good 4-2 Paducah Tilghman team, so that's a big step for this young team. I did want to ask you one thing. We weren't sure early in the ball game. They called a 2-shot technical on us from the scorer's table. I didn't know what went on.
Yeah, I told you, I made a lot of mistakes tonight, and that was the first one. I put a number wrong in the book.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't get off on the right foot, and you know, there were times tonight where I was indecisive as a coach, and I got too caught up in my emotions, and there's lots of things that I got to get better at to help this young team. And you know, it's early. It's early in the season, and to get a win like this this early in the season, where we had to fight and scrap, is a learning experience for us, and I hope it catapults us into a nice little winning streak here.
Well, I know it's probably more fun up here calling these games than it is having to survive them down on the bench, but great job tonight between you and the girls. And
thank you.
We're proud of you. We're looking forward to that 2A next round of the 2A championships coming up against Webster County in early January, but we'll be back with you guys tomorrow night against UHA. Anything that you want to add before we finish this portion of the post-game show?
No, we just appreciate you guys following us around and always here, always supportive. You know, thank y'all so much for announcing these games. It's a lot of fun, and thanks to the Caldwell Crazies, it's great to see sportsmanship alive and well here in Caldwell County. You know, it's fun. The atmosphere here tonight was fun with the band here. And so just come on out. If you're not here, come on out and support these kids. It's a lot of fun. You don't have anything else to do.
Right. It's a great time. And right, what else are you going to do on a Thursday night? Come on out. Well, Coach, congratulations again, and thank you for joining us. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow night after the UHA matchup. Coach Thomas here on the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show after the Caldwell County Lady Tigers pull off a thrilling 69-66 win over Paducah Tilghman in the first game here tonight. Boys out warming up right now, getting set to take the floor for the second matchup. And looking forward to just another exciting game on that as we get ready to cover that one for you. want to mention Trilogy Performance Sports. We appreciate our friends at Trilogy sponsoring us all the way through football season, now into basketball season. You can get all kinds of fitness activities at Trilogy, sports training, gymnastics, kickboxing. They're open Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Hard not to say you don't have some hours that'll fit into that. First visit's always free, so come in and be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, get set back up, and get ready for the Tigers and the Blue Tornado. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
1500 Ram Crew Cab with groundbreaking exterior styling, uncompromising luxury, and safety in numbers. The new Ram has available active level 4-corner air suspension for the best ride in the truck market. Best in class rear legroom, in-floor storage, and the industry exclusive Ram box. The pickup bed with built-in toolboxes. When you push the start button and you hear that 5.7 Hemi come to life, you'll know then which truck you'll buy. The all-new Ram. See it now at Trice Hughes in Princeton, your Chrysler Dodge Ram dealer.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
And we are back at the Cab getting ready for game 2 of the first round of the Kentucky 2A Championships. Caldwell County Tigers, Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornado coming your way here on WPKY. Bob Hayes getting the stat sheet ready for the boys game. And Bob is going to have to go a long way to top that girls game as the Lady Tigers pull out a big win in overtime, 69-66 over the Lady Tornadoes.
Lady Tigers never giving up at all tonight, being down 7 points at halftime, coming back to erase that by the end of 3 quarters of play, and then it was a really entertaining fourth quarter and obviously an entertaining overtime. And to the Lady Tigers' benefit, the Lady Tigers pulling out a 3-point win here tonight in the first of 2 games here in the Cab.
So we're getting set for this second game. We're going to go ahead and we'll switch from the post-game show from Trilogy to the pre-game show for this one from Goodwin Insurance. Goodwin Insurance says, good luck, Tigers. From your locally owned independent insurance agency, Goodwin Insurance is capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Contact Goodwin Insurance for a free quote today. That's Goodwin Insurance, and they are bringing you our pregame show here on WPKY. Getting set for this one, let me switch stat sheets here, Bob, as we'll take a look at Paducah Tilghman. They'll come in to tonight with a record of 3-1, started out 3-0 on the season, lost their last game at Mayfield 62-56, but they do own a pretty impressive opening season win over the Hopkinsville Tigers by a score of 80-65.
And probably, I would say in the first region, Dennis, Mayfield probably right now the favorite in that region. So Tilghman is either the second or third favorite. I know Marshall County will have some say there. Graves County will have some say. But again, we're playing just really solid basketball teams here.
You got to look out tonight for a triple threat, really, from Paducah Tilghman. Number 21, Michael Laster, comes in averaging 15.5 a game. Not far behind him, though, Avery Strayhorn, number 35, with a little over 13 a game. And then at 12 points a game, Rodriguez Thomas. So 3 double-digit scores coming up tonight for Paducah Tilghman. So we'll have to keep an eye on all 3 of those. Of course, Caldwell County, their game starts with Darren Boyd, and how he goes is probably how the Tigers are going to go. Darren coming in averaging well in double figures on the season, although Caldwell County has not updated their stats on KHSAA in some time. But Boyd's had a 38-point performance already this season, so you know he's capable of putting points up and putting them up in bunches. But he'll also have some help around him Caden Fralix has been a name that's been putting some points in for Caldwell County lately, shooting well from the field in recent games.
He's got a pretty good supporting cast, and if you leave any of those other 4 starters open, they can nail it from the outside. We got a great game out of John Davis and Trip Branch, as well as Caden over at Muhlenberg County last Friday night.
Yeah, Bob, you were there for that one. You want to tell about that one? As Caldwell County pulled out a thriller at Muhlenberg.
It was a barn burner, and the Tigers are beginning to play really, really good, strong team basketball. It's even though Darian is going to get his 25 to 35 points, they're just not running down the floor and shooting the ball at will. He's not. We're getting the open guys, and we've got about 3 guys averaging close to 10 points for the Tigers. I'm sure Darian is probably pretty close to in the 30 range averaging, but we've got guys that can play.
Well, I hope Caldwell County shines as well as Coach Cash's pants tonight down on the sideline, because he's sporting some.
He's got his yellow pants
slacks.
on.
Yes,
he's got his yellow pants on. Well,
so he's winning a big game tonight.
That may be a good sign. I don't know.
Caldwell County is going to come into the night 3-2 on the season. After starting out the season 0-2, they've really rounded into some good form here the last few games, and capped off by that big win in overtime against Muhlenberg, 70-68 on December 7th. Bob, we had a little trouble getting on tonight, so usually we'll have a prayer before the game for all the kids. We're going to do that right now while we still have just over 2 minutes to go before we tip this one off. Holy God, thank you for another night at the gym. We ask that you protect each student that steps on the court tonight, and we also ask that you bless the efforts of each student in ways they never thought possible. In Jesus' name we pray.
And further, Lord, we ask you to give courage and sportsmanship to the players, patience and understanding to the coaches, wisdom and knowledge to the game officials, and lastly, peace to us all. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Minute 38 to go here before we tip this one off. This is the Goodwin Insurance pregame show, brought to you by our friends down at Goodwin Insurance, your locally owned independent insurance agency capable of handling all of your insurance needs. Contact Goodwin Insurance for a free quote. And Bob, we appreciate those guys. They also sponsor our 3-point makes during the ball game. So hopefully for Caldwell County, there'll be quite a few of those. One thing I did notice looking at some quick stats on Paducah Tilghman a little bit earlier this afternoon, it's not a team you really want to send to the free throw line. We saw how free throws affected that first game quite a bit. Caldwell County almost missed enough to cost them the game. But Paducah Tilghman comes in shooting better than 70% at the line, so not a team you really want to send to the stripe.
And again, we're a pretty good free throw shooting team, and just demonstrated that the last couple of games. And right now, we want to pause for station identification. This is WPKY, Princeton, Kentucky. And we're back here, 30 seconds to go before we have the starting 5 announced for the Tilghman Blue Tornado and for our Caldwell County Tigers.
And we're about set for those. Tom Rogers will have the call on that.
And the crowd has continued to remain in here, Dennis. Almost, I'd say the upper section across the way from us is half full, and probably 3/4 full on the chairback section.
And the student section overflowing with crazies over there on the Caldwell Crazies.
And
big turnout for those guys.
Dressed in their Christmas sweaters, Christmas garb. And here we are with the starting announcements. The starting 5 for Tilghman. Number 11 coming out first is Marion Joas. Number 21, Michael Laster coming out.
That's the leading scorer for the Tilghman Blue Tornadoes.
Number 23 is Tyrus White. He's a transfer up here from Nashville. Didn't get to play against Caldwell County football. Number 23 is Rodrigo Thomas. And number 35, Avery Strayhorn for the Paducah Tilghman Tornado. And for Caldwell County Tigers, Coming out is a Darius Raleigh. Number 4, Darren Boyd being introduced to the crowd. Number 5, Jamarius Blaine coming out. And John Davis. Number 22, Caden Fralix. Your 5th starter for the Tigers. The Tigers down at the free throw line. Tilghman moving on to the floor. And the first quarter here tonight in the boys game is brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley in Princeton. Beautiful furniture, baby furniture, gifts and registry, home decor, boutique clothes and accessories. Stop in and meet Jake, the store mascot. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. Caldwell County now moving into the jump circle, and to take us through the first quarter tonight, Tiger sportscaster Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. It's Darren Boyd set to tip it off for the Tigers. Tip-off is brought to you by Farless Realty. You can check them out on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. Tip controlled by Paducah Tilghman. They'll get it out to number 11, Joyce. Joyce will run the point. They'll be looking for number 21, Lassiter. Number 23, Thomas with it, back to Joyce. Joyce underneath to Strayhorn. Strayhorn step move, no good. Rebound comes down to a Darius Riley. And it's going to be Boyd on the point for Caldwell County against man defense. He'll get it over to John Davis. Bobby, kind of like this lineup has been playing well. They've gone small the last few games, but it's turned into 3 wins. Davis with the fake, had his man up, didn't put the shot up, gets it over to Boyd. Boyd, sharp pass underneath. Shot no good, rebound no good from Riley. Tilghman quickly the other way, blocked by Boyd. And I think Darren's going to be called for the foul. He got a lot of ball, but apparently a lot of body underneath. And that will send number 22, Tyrus White, to the line. Oh, excuse me, it's going to send number 11, Joyce, to the line. Tilghman with a decided size advantage here in this ball game. Joyce with the free throw up and in. First points of the night for either team. Paducah Tilghman leads it 1-0. But maybe more importantly, a foul already on Darren Boyd. Second shot up and in. Fralix takes it out, gives it to Davis. Davis is going to be matched up against Laster. He crosses him over, gets up, free throw line high, pulls the dribble up, gets it over to Boyd. Boyd, three-point shot, in and out, rebounded by Paducah Tilghman. Outlet pass is deflected by Darius Riley. It'll stay Paducah Tilghman basketball. Tilghman gets it in. That's number 23, Thomas. Thomas guarded by Boyd. Thomas, a long three, just grazes the front of the rim, kicks all the way out near midcourt. Tilghman with the rebound. Quick pass underneath is good. Up and in Avery Strayhorn. And Tilghman out quickly in this one, 4-0. Darren Boyd's going to bring it up. Tilghman looking double team. He cross-court passes over to Davis. Davis bumped out front, no call. Gets it down to Blaine. Blaine back out to Davis. Davis hangs in the air, puts a shot up, no good. It's going to be Riley with the rebound. Gets it out to Boyd. Blaine for the three, no good. Ray with the big rebound again. Riley with the big rebound again. Good job on the offensive glass by Darius Riley.
Probably at least 3 rebounds for him so far, maybe 4.
One of the smaller players on the court at 5'11", playing big tonight underneath. Darren Boyd has it near midcourt. Puts a crossover dribble on, back out right wing. Over to Blaine, into the corner to Riley. Riley drives baseline, hangs in the air, no good. Paducah Tilghman now back 2 on none. It's going to be an easy layup for number 22, White. And Tilghman quickly out in front, 6-0. 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Boyd gets it over to Fralix in the corner. Pass over to Davis, to Blaine, down to Riley, back over to Blaine. Caldwell County will pull it back out. John Davis gets a play from the bench. Guarded tightly out at midcourt by number 21, Laster. It's going to be a quick pass underneath on a reverse layup by Darren Boyd. Good pass from Caden Felix on the assist. Zipped one from the top of the key. But it's going to be Tilghman, much like the girls' game, back quickly, and they answered with Laster picking up his first two. 8-2, Paducah Tilghman. Jamarius Blaine tried to dribble between the double team. Tillman's going to be called for the hold. And John Davis will take it out for Caldwell County. Gets it into Blaine. Blaine will bring it up against man pressure, gets it over to Davis. Davis dribbles down, top of the key, stops, puts it in the corner to Riley. Riley gave up the three, he pulls in for the 12-footer, gets the roll. Shot good by Darius Riley, 8-4. Tilghman with the lead. Tilghman down in the lane, pass to nobody in particular, goes in to the Caldwell bench, actually closer to Coach K than a Tilghman player. Turnover gives it back to the Tigers. John Davis is going to bring it up. Laster defensively, Davis gets it across midcourt. Over to Boyd. Boyd thought about three, spin move underneath, layup off the side of the rim, no good. Comes back down to Fralix. Fralix puts it back out to Blaine. Blaine pulls it back out and smartly starts the offense all over. Jamarius Blaine goes against three people. Shot no good. Tilghman quickly the other way. Laster with a dump pass. Tipped a couple of times. Ball still loose. Caden Fralix comes away with it. Now it's Caldwell County with numbers 3-on-2. They dump it to the wing to Davis. Gave up the three from the corner. Puts it back to Fralix. Bob Caldwell County not taking some of these open shots they have out at the three-point line. Ball loose, knocked away from Boyd. Boyd able to pick it back up. Now Caldwell County has numbers. This time Davis open for a three from the right wing. It's good. A Goodwin Insurance three-pointer for John Davis. And Caldwell County back within one at 8-7 after trailing this one 6-0. Tilghman works it around. Caldwell County going with his own. Shot from the corner is good. That's number 30, Eli Brown. And that was a three-pointer from the corner for Brown. And it's 11-7, Paducah Tilghman with about 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Caldwell County puts it down to Fralix in the left corner. Zip pass inside to Riley, gets it back out to Fralix. Fralix is going to drive the lane. Wanted the pass over to Boyd. Pass picked off, and it's going to be coast to coast the other way by number 11, Joyce. Turnover Caldwell County, and Tilghman makes them pay. 13-7, lead back out to 6. Davis gets it into Darren Boyd. Caldwell County yet to substitute here in the first quarter. It's going to be man-to-man defense for Tilghman. Davis out front to Blaine. They get it into Boyd from the elbow, goes up for the shot. He's fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line for a couple of Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws. Caldwell very patient offensively on that possession.
And that's what we've seen the last 2 or 3 games, really patient.
Free throw rims out. Boyd will get another. Coming in for Paducah Tilghman, Jaheim Consenting.
Number 42?
Or number 12.
Well, 42's in the...
42 also Cedric Davis. Second shot by Boyd is good. 13-8, Paducah Tilghman. And the substitution for Caldwell County as Trip Branch comes in for Darius Riley. And you got to take your hat off early to a Darius Riley on the offensive boards.
5 for 6 rebounds, 1 field goal. Tenacious defense.
3-2 zone by Caldwell County. Joyce works it around to Concept and into the corner. That's Joyce for three, no good. Big rebound underneath by number 35. Misses the shot though. It's going to go out of bounds on Caldwell County. Number 35 is Avery Strayhorn.
Number 12, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name either.
Let me see if I've got it on
Constantine or Constantine?
Constantine. Okay, I was messed up with the spelling on it. Strayhorn underneath with the basket. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Boyd has it out front. Guarded by Joyce. They get it into Branch, right wing. Branch underneath to Davis. Davis pulls up for the jumper. Good. 15-10 Paducah Tilghman. Davis with that short range jumper. Tilghman works it down low to Strayhorn. Back out to Brown. Three. Eli Brown with his second three of the night. The biggest lead of the night for Paducah Tilghman at 18-10. 20 seconds for Caldwell County. Boyd calls the play. Gets the pick from Branch out front. Now Boyd left wing over to Branch. Top of the key. Three is good. Goodwin Insurance three-pointer for Trip Branch. 2 seconds for Tilghman. Shot no good. So after 1 quarter of play, it's Paducah Tilghman 18, Caldwell County 13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we want you to know the benefits of prearranged funeral services. The benefits of prearranged funeral planning can best be explained by the people that know the most about final expenses. At Morgan's Funeral Home, we have years of experience helping people just like you make plans for their final arrangements. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKY Online.
And we're back here at the Cab, 1 quarter of play in the books. Tilghman leading 18-13 over the Tigers. Tigers with 2 3-point field goals in the first quarter, as well as Tilghman. Tillman's coming from the same guy, a substitute, Eli Brown. We probably better find him, Dennis. Second quarter brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located next to the bowling alley. Check with Pam to see what kind of Christmas special she has this season. Everything a home should be is Cozy Living. Tigers inbound the ball, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Davis gets it in to Riley. Back to Davis. He'll bring it across against man defense. Davis guarded by number 21, Laster. Gets it over to Blaine. Blaine to Branch. Darren Boyd not in the lineup here to start the second quarter. It's Riley, Blaine, Davis, Fralix, and Branch. Branch has it. Thought about the three from the top of the key, decides to turn it up. Gets it over to Riley. Riley goes up against 2 players, puts the shot up, no good. But he'll go to the free throw line for a couple of Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws.
And the second foul here in the first half on Eli Brown.
It'll be fine if he goes to the bench.
Yes.
Shot good by Darius Riley. Probably you'll talk to Coach K in the Trilogy Performance Sports postgame show, but one player that's came out tonight ready to play has been a Darius Riley from the get-go.
Really, really fired up, as well as the whole team is.
Second shot good by Riley. Caldwell County back within 3 at 18-15. Tilghman works it down into the corner. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound to Blaine. Blaine in a race, going the other way, puts a shot up and in. Farmers bank shot for Jamarius Blaine, and Caldwell within 1. Underneath pass to the big guy underneath. That's Cedric Davis, puts the shot up and in. Caldwell really with nobody with the size to match up with Davis underneath unless you get Cole Smiley in. Caldwell staying small as they try to go into the lane. But Darius Riley gets bumped. We're going to call this one on the floor. I think it'll be Caldwell County ball underneath.
And when they put it up, we'll give it to you.
Darren Boyd back into the ball game as Fralix comes out.
Foul on number 10, Norman Mason for Tilghman.
Ball deflected by Tilghman out of bounds. It'll be Caldwell County with the ball out of bounds on the side down toward the corner. Davis with an awkward position to take it out. He was looking for Boyd to get it into. That's deflected by number 23, Thomas. They'll move up about 8 feet. Try this one all over again. Finally get it in cleanly to Blaine. Blaine gets the play from the sideline. Caldwell County running through some screens, gets it to Davis on the left wing. Stutter step puts Davis open for the jumper. Good. John Davis from 14 feet. And Caldwell County back within 1 at 20-19. Tilghman works it around that zone. Right wing drive into the lane. Tilghman puts a shot up. It's going to be a charge on number 21, Laster. Good defensive play by guess who? Darius Riley holding his position underneath. But Darius Riley is ready tonight for the Tigers. And Caldwell County will try to get the ball inbounds and look to take the lead on the other end. Full court pressure. This one, a misread from Davis on what Boyd was going to do. Turnover gives it to Tilghman. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound to Riley. Riley outlet pass wanted Branch. Thrown behind him, goes out of bounds. Branch unable to turn around and pick that one up.
So far, clean played basketball game. Caldwell with only 2 turnovers, Tilghman with 1.
Goes off of Tilghman, they say, so Caldwell County keeps possession. Riley out front to Boyd. Boyd drives the lane, has the ball stripped away, and it's 3-on-1. Tilghman back is Davis. Davis goes up, tries to miss with the shot, and a late whistle, a very late whistle. They're going to say on the floor.
They get Cole
Smiley checked into the ball game. He hadn't been in long enough to work up a sweat and picks up a foul. And I did not see a lot of contact, Bob. I'm not sure what the referee saw, but thought Davis did a good job getting back 1-on-3. Tilghman knocks this one out of bounds out of the hands of Darren Boyd. It'll stay Tiger basketball. But Darius Riley's going to come out for a well-deserved break. And the way he's playing, you don't expect him to be on the bench very long. Caden Fralix to inbound for the Tigers. 5:44 to go in the first half. And Caldwell trailing by 1. And the turnover is going to give it on the inbounds pass off the knee of Davis. Gives it to Tilghman. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. They'll pull it out front. Joyce with the ball. Davis defensively for the Tigers. They work it into Strayhorn. Strayhorn over to number 22, White. Back out to Joyce. Joyce to White. White decides to drive along the baseline, turns it back in towards the lane. No good. Flying in for the rebound, Strayhorn over 2 Tigers. He goes up for the shot. It's blocked by Smiley, but it looks like Smiley might pick up his second foul. So 2 quick ones on Cole Smiley.
Tilghman so far tonight, as you mentioned, going into the game, really an excellent free throw shooting team. 2 for 2 now, they're 2 for 3 as Strayhorn misses his first one.
Barely grazed the front of the rim. Avery Strayhorn with a chance to increase the lead to 2. No good. Smiley had the rebound. This one's going to go off the leg of a Tilghman player.
Now, we don't need to fight over the basketball.
I had a couple of players with a hand on it, Smiley and Boyd. Fortunately for Caldwell County, it goes off of Tilghman. Player didn't agree with it. Referee has a nice chat with him, straightens that out. Fralix gets it in to Boyd. much like the girls' game, Bob, we've got to put a little bit more on these passes because Tilghman, both the girls' game and tonight in the boys' game, quick hands, and they're trying to put fingertips on everything for deflections. They get it up to Boyd. Collision on John Davis as Boyd puts a shot up. He's fouled. But John Davis was pancaked back here in the back court. No call either way on that one. Darren Boyd's going to go to the free throw line as the foul is on Thomas. First free throw up and good. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw for Boyd. Enhancing athletic performance locally since 2014. That's Lake Barkley CrossFit. Darren Boyd to give Caldwell the lead. Rolls off. Tied up at 20 with 5:06 to go in the first half. Joyce with the ball for Tilghman. Puts it far court to Thomas. Back to Joyce. This side to number 22, White. Joyce has it deflected, knocked out of his hands, picked up by Davis. Davis is going to take it all the way. Puts the reverse up, no good. Branch with the rebound, no good. Tilghman gets the ball. 3 players back for Tilghman. This will be an easy bucket on the other end for number 23, Rodriguez Thomas. And Tilghman back out in front, 22-20. Davis harassed in the backcourt. And it's going to be a timeout called as Davis is going to have trouble getting that ball across in 10 seconds. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. John, we'll keep this one right here as we've got another close one. The girls' game went to overtime, Bob, and this one's not disappointing so far. 4:27 to go in the half. 22-20 Tilghman.
Tillman's quickness and Tillman's height so far the difference in the game here, Dennis, especially on the when we go on offense. We're having a little trouble getting the ball in the front court. When we've got it in the front court, we've gotten off some decent shots, but when we miss, we're not very, except for Darius Riley rebounding, we haven't really owned the backboards.
Now, Riley's done a whale of a job early in the ball game, at least 3 or 4 offensive boards to go along with a couple of defensive. Caldwell County's going to have to solve this press by Tilghman and not turn the ball over to stay in this one.
Hey, could I have your attention, please? We've got a couple of vehicles that's blocking the Paducah Tilghman ladies from getting out.
An announcement that's a couple of vehicles blocking the Paducah Tilghman bus, the lady tornado, from getting out of here.
That other vehicle is a gray Nissan.
So, Bob, while they sort out the parking problems out front, Caldwell County will inbound this one with 4:27 to go here in the first half.
Or S3, SE, excuse me. If you could, if that's your vehicle, please move it for the lady from Paducah Tilghman.
Got about a 45-minute late start on the boys' tip tonight because the girls' game went into overtime. Now we're set to play. Felix looks to get it into Boyd. Boyd guarded man-to-man by Joyce. Tilghman looks to trap if you go to that corner. Caldwell does a good job getting it over to Davis. Left wing to Boyd in the corner. Boyd wanted to drive back towards the middle, puts it over to Davis. Coach K calling instructions. Davis pulls up at the free throw line. Shot no good. Smiley had good position. Now it's going to be Boyd with the rebound. Runner up, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Still loose. Players diving for it. And it's going to be John Davis in the scrap with Strayhorn. You like seeing the players get on the floor going after the ball. Good job by Davis. Possession arrow, though, is going to go towards Paducah Tilghman. (22-20) Paducah with the lead. Winner of this one will join the Lady Tigers on a trip to Webster County in early January for round 2 of the Kentucky 2A Championships. The Tigers staying in that 3-2 zone. Tilghman works it in to Strayhorn, misses the bunny. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Branch. Gets it up to Davis. Davis looks for the trail players, gets it down to Smiley. Smiley backs in, back over to Branch from 8 feet. Gets the roll, and we're tied at 22. 2 points for Trip Branch. Joyce brings it up court for the Blue Tornado over to Thomas. Inside to Strayhorn. Strayhorn in the corner to Thomas. Back out front to White. White drives it all the way from the wing in for the layup. Too easy for White, and it's 24-22 Paducah Tilghman. Two-2-1 trap for Tilghman. Caldwell breaks it with Boyd getting the layup from the left side, and we're tied again at 24. Caldwell looks like they've dropped that zone back to a 2-3 zone now. Back line anchored by Cole Smiley in the middle. Tilghman drives the lane, puts a shot up, and I think that's going to be 3 on Smiley. Tough job by Smiley guarding the middle of that lane. If Caldwell's going to allow that pass to come in that deep, it's kind of no man's land for Cole, and he picks up his 3rd of the half.
And shooting for Tilghman.
I think that's Joyce off the front of the rim. No good. It is Marion Joyce.
Tilghman have missed their last 3 free throws in a row, which is good news for the Toggans.
Second shot up and no good. Rebound Darren Boyd. He's got Felix back. Hits Felix down in the left corner. Throws it back out. Big save by John Davis.
Looked like a football catch, didn't it, Dennis?
As that ball almost went to the back court, yeah. And a push out front. It's going to be called on Laster against Davis. And that should put Caldwell County in the bonus. Davis will go to the line for a 1-and-1 and a chance to break the tie with 2:18 left to go here in the first half. Caldwell drops Boyd and Branch back on the free throw. First one is good. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw for John Davis. Into the ball game, Jude East, number 11 for Caldwell County, 6'3", replaces the 6'4" Cole Smiley. Davis with the bonus. This one good also. And the Tigers on top by 2, 26-24. Tilghman got the early jump out 6-0. It's been about the biggest lead for either team so far tonight. Boyd tried to judge and steal, missed it. Shot missed though by Paducah Tilghman, and rebound comes down to Branch. Branch at midcourt. Pulls up for the 3. Good with insurance. 3-pointer. Trip Branch. And that 3 causes a timeout to be called by Paducah Tilghman. It's a 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here.
Tigers falling back, leading now at 29-24. Movement's ball movement has been good for the Tigers. If we get it in the front court, we've got kids that can shoot it and score, and we've seen that.
The timeout's brought to you this year by Russo Law. Russo Law, located downtown Princeton, can take care of all of your legal needs. A very patient offense tonight by Caldwell County. They've taken the breaks when it's presented itself, but even behind when they were down 6, they were working the ball around looking for the good shot. So you got to be pleased with the patience. Just got to stay out of the foul trouble on the other end and try to do something with Strayhorn underneath.
We've outscored Tilghman 16-6 here in the second quarter.
29-24 Tigers as Tilghman brings it down court. 2-3 zone by Caldwell County. Davis and Branch out front. Joyce works it around over to number 23, Thomas. Back to Joyce. To Thomas, open from the left wing for 3 is good. Rodriguez Thomas with the 3. And Tilghman back within 2. Got to get the ball in. Somebody's got to go. 5-second count on Caldwell County. Turns it over. Had players running back for long passes. You get down to the counts, you've got to go towards the ball. Caldwell County did not. And it gives it back to Tilghman for the tie and maybe the lead. They work it underneath Strayhorn. Down low, blocked by Darren Boyd on big number 42, Cedric Davis.
Cedric just picked up a foul, going to send Jude East to the free throw line.
Frustration foul on Davis, and East will be the beneficiary of that one as he'll go to the line for the bonus. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws for Jude East. First one is good. Lake Barkley CrossFit classes are designed for anyone at any fitness level and are always free to come and try. Second shot for East, good. 4-point lead, Tigers, just over a minute to go in the half. Joyce with the ball, 2-3 zone, Caldwell County. Over on the left wing to White, back to Joyce, to Thomas. They're wanting to find Strayhorn underneath. They get it to Davis. Underneath, goes up and in. Cedric Davis with good position. You can't let that big guy get down inside the paint in the block area. It's going to be tough to handle. Ball knocked out of bounds. Stays with the Tigers. Caden Felix to inbound for Caldwell. Gets it up to Branch. Branch to Boyd. Boyd down low to East. East with the reverse, no good. Boyd with the rebound up, no good. Still loose and picked up by Davis. 33 seconds for Tilghman as Joyce comes up. No look pass. It's going to be a charging foul on Joyce. Good position by Jude East underneath. Joyce just got out of control, wanted to make the highlight film pass, no look. And he no-looked himself into a charge against a well-positioned Jude East. Caldwell gets it into Branch. Boyd at half court. Boyd drives the baseline, puts it back out to Davis, or Branch rather, for three. Hit on the play, no call. Tilghman with the rebound. And it's going to be a late call. Looks like it might go against John Davis in the backcourt.
But only 5 fouls on the Tigers here, so no free throw shooting.
First on John Davis, so Tilghman will have 16 seconds to bring it up the court, trailing by 2. 2-3 zone by Caldwell County. Tilghman looks like they'll go for the last shot. They work it into Strayhorn. Strayhorn got away with a walk, kicks it back out for 3. 3 is good by number 22, Tyrus White. And with that 3, Paducah Tilghman will go to the locker room with a 1-point lead. After one half of play, it's Paducah Tilghman 32, Caldwell County 31. We'll be back with the Farless Realty halftime report coming your way in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
World-famous extra crispy chicken. Now, imagine it glistening in hot honey sauce. Just think about the crispy, sweet heat. Now it's in your sights. Reach for it. Almost there. Oops, this is a KFC radio commercial. But you can make your picture a reality by getting a hot honey tenders basket. KFC, it's finger-licking good. At participating KFCs for a limited time. Prices may vary. Tax extra.
Get into shape and feel good at Trilogy Performance Sports in Princeton. Trilogy offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals, like yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, and weightlifting. They have family discounts, and your first class is free. So come work out in a family-friendly environment at Trilogy Performance Sports, located directly behind Cash Express in Princeton. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports Princeton. Telephone 270-601-18.
The new GMC Sierra is here in 2019, the most sophisticated luxury truck on the road today. In 2019, they've released the AT4, the ultimate off-road vehicle for off-road enthusiasts and hunters alike. The AT4 comes with a factory-installed 2-inch lift and off-road wheels and tires. In the front of the pack is the Denali with a 6.2-liter engine, followed by the SLT and SLE trim levels. More refined styling and badging has added a bold appearance to the most sought-after vehicle in the truck market. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91.
Hi, my name is Joe Girardi. I'm a nurse practitioner at Caldwell Medical Associates Family Practice Clinic, along with Barbara Hickman and Dr. Ralph Cash. Do you know what's worse than getting a flu shot? Getting the flu. Getting vaccinated is the best way to prevent this very serious illness from causing you and your family any harm this flu season. Help us fight back against the flu this year and make an appointment today. Give us a call at 270-365-1225 and let us get you on a path to a healthier you.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Teams are in the locker room preparing for the second half. It's time for the Caldwell County Halftime Show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And we're back at halftime. It's Caldwell County trailing Paducah Tilghman 32-31 in this opening round of the boys Kentucky 2A Championships here at the Cab. Halftime show brought to you by Farless Realty. Are you ready to sell your home? Call Farless Realty. Let a realtor sell it for you. Ready to buy a home? Don't waste precious time. Farless Realty can help. They'll work hard to find you a home that'll fit you, your family, and your budget. Contact Farless Realty today at 270-365-5058 or stop by at 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. Check out all their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. And Bob, a very exciting contest, living up to the billing that we expected, and especially following the big exciting overtime win by the Lady Tigers.
It's been a real entertaining first half here in the boys game. Caldwell County being outscored 18-13 in that first quarter, returning the favor to Tilghman in the second quarter, outscoring them 18-14 to trail here by 1 point at halftime, 32-31. For the Tigers, Tigers are led in the first half by John Davis with 2 two-point field goals, 1 3, 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe for 9 points, 8 points for Trip Branch on 1 2-point field goal, 2 3-point field goals for his 8, 6 points for Darren Boyd on 2 2-point field goals, 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe, 4 points for Darius Riley, playing a really well of a game. Had 1 field goal, 2 out of 2 from the charity stripe. 2 points for Jude East coming in the game in midway of the second quarter when Cole Smiley picked up his third foul. Jude with 2 points with 2 out of 2 from the free throw line, and 2 points for Jamarius Blaine on 1 2-point field goal. 6 Tigers have scored here in the first half for Caldwell County with their 31 points. Caldwell County is 8 out of 10 from the free throw line, which is a pleasure to see. Tilghman led tonight by Tyrus White with 7 points, 2 2-point field goals, 1 3-point field goal for his 7, 6 points for Eli Brown on 2 early threes in the first quarter, 5 points for Rodriguez Thomas on 1 2-point field goal and 1 3-point field goal, 4 points for Avery Strayhorn on 2 2-point field goals, Cedric Davis with 4 points on 2 2-point field goals, 4 points for Marion Joyce on 1 field goal, 2 out of 4 from the charity stripe, and 2 points for Michael Laster, 1 2-point field goal here in the first half, total of 32 points for Tilghman. Tilghman 2 out of 6 from the free throw line. Caldwell County with 5 turnovers here in the first half. Tilghman with 3 turnovers. Been a well-played game and a lot of up and down action. Caldwell County not playing exceptionally well against the press when we try to inbound the ball, but again, we haven't turned it over to the point where they've jumped out to a 10-point lead or really a double-digit lead on us here at halftime, Dennis.
I don't think we've seen a double-digit lead all night tonight, girls or boys game. Tilghman jumped out in this one 6-0. Caldwell battled back, had the lead most of that second quarter, but a little flurry there late by Tilghman. They hit the 3 right at the buzzer, gives them the lead 32-31 here at the half. I'd like to say we were shooting so well they had to change the nets tonight. They changed the nets, but I don't think it's because of the hot shooting either the girls' game or the boys' game by any means.
Well, and you wonder if there was a string broken up there or what. It looked pretty good from here, but they've just now have put a new net on the end where Caldwell County will be shooting here at the second half. Caldwell County will be going from right to left on your radio dial. Shooting layups right now, 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in halftime.
Bob, you got to see the guys play against Muhlenberg in their last game, a big overtime win there. They've won 3 in a row. They've gone to a small lineup in those 3 games. But tonight, you can talk more on this. You've got a couple of relatives playing in the game tonight. This patience from this team is really something, especially this early in the season, for them to buy in to be in this patient a squad offensively.
Well, the thing I think that helps make us where we have our other players complimenting Darian is that they can't put 2 guys on him all the time. In Muhlenberg the other night, we were patient. We went to a small lineup at various and sundry times during the game. When Trent Branch gets open, you want him to take the 3. Same way with John Davis. Same thing with Caden Fredericks. When they get open, you want them to shoot the 3. Because obviously the only thing that's hurt us tonight is Tilghman's height inside. It's not been their play outside, and I think we played a pretty decent defensive game here in the first half. We just have given up about 3 or 4 baskets under the goal, and in a close game, that can hurt you. But the Tigers moving the ball well. I'm sure we had a bunch of assists in that first half, and it shows when you have 6 people dent the scoring column. It's definitely proven this year. Even though we have a gentleman that can score 30 points at one time, it's still refreshing to see us play and work the ball around. So it's going to be an interesting second half here. I'm not sure. I'm sure Tilghman will continue to do what they've done all night long, is to pressure the inbounds pass, but Darian has gotten open for shots. His shots will fall, and so far tonight he has no 3s, which is a rare situation. We have 3 threes. But all around, I would rate our performance here in the first half like an A-.
Yeah, it's been a tough defensive Paducah team. They're going to get their hands in the passing lanes. You're going to have a lot of deflections. You really got to take care of the ball, which we did fairly well in that first half. Just about 50 minutes or 50 seconds to go. Feels like 50 minutes. Feels like we've been here for a while after the overtime game. Before we tip this one off in the second half, I want to thank our friends at Farless Realty for sponsoring the halftime show. If you're ready to sell or buy a home, call Farless Realty today at 270-365-5058 or stop by 323 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. You can check out all of their listings on Facebook and at farlessrealty.com. And Bob, from a personal note, we like having our friends Farless Realty on with us for the halftime shows, but they helped put me in a house about this time last year, and I know the kind of service that they provide and the effort that they provide, so we appreciate them when you're buying or selling a house or sponsoring a halftime show.
Definitely, and right now we want to pause. We're near the top of the hour. We pause right now for station identification. This is WPKY, Princeton, Kentucky. The Tigers, to start the second half, will inbound the ball side midcourt. Tilghman players coming onto the floor. Third quarter being brought to you by Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Cozy Living, everything a home should be. And to inbound the ball, Darian Boyd for the call. Here's Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. We're underway here in the second half. Kentucky 2A Championship, first round. A matchup with Webster County awaits the winner in early January. I think it's around January the 8th at Webster County. Girls already punched their ticket for that one. Caldwell looking to do the same. They get it into Fralix, finds a lane, puts the layup up, no good. Rebound, Jamarius Blaine. He puts the rebound up and in. Jamarius Blaine with the offensive board and the putback. And Caldwell County back on top, 33-32. Tigers 2-3 zone. You got to get somebody out on that wing. Tilghman brings it in. Open 3 passed up now. Shot from the elbow by number 22, Tyrus White. And Tilghman back out in front. Davis brings it up against pressure from Laster. Laster's been very quiet offensively. That's been good for Caldwell County. That's their leading scorer. Foul is going to be called on Tilghman on the far sideline against Davis with the push. Not sure who they got with that
I think 21. They got Michael Laster.
That's his third. Caldwell throws it away, picked off by Joyce. Joyce drops it off to Strayhorn. Strayhorn up and in. And a 3-point lead now by Paducah Tilghman. Bob, they can take advantage of a turnover about as quick as anybody we've played this season. This one saved in bounds by Caldwell County's Riley. They put it underneath to Fralix, tries to draw the foul, shot up and in. Farmer's bank shot by Caden Fralix. Tilghman the other way, throws it away to Davis. 2-on-1, Caldwell County. Davis goes up, layup up and in. 37-36, and just like that, Caldwell County back out in front with 6.5 to go in the third. Joyce works it around to White. White's guarded by Davis, tries the left corner, gets it out to Strayhorn. Strayhorn thought about the three against Davis, decides against it. Three by Tillman's White, no good. Rebound by Boyd. Boyd will bring it up himself, has it back tapped. Ball still loose on the floor. Two players dive for it. Tilghman comes up with it. This one's going to roll out of bounds. And it looked like it was off of Tilghman. Easily off of Tilghman. Coach K agrees with us, as do the Caldwell Crazies, but the referees are the ones that matter. Tilghman basketball side out at midcourt.
2 turnovers for Tigers here in the third quarter to 1 for Tilghman.
And Eli Brown back into the ball game for Tilghman. He's the sharpshooter from outside, 2 threes early in the first half. He'll take the place of White. Strayhorn playing way out front. They get it into Lassiter. Lassiter clears out with the elbow on Boyd. No call. Puts an easy 2-footer in. And it's Paducah Tilghman back out in front by 1, 38-37. John Davis brings it across half court. Gives it up to Fralix. Fralix in the right corner. One of the pass to a cutting Riley. Tipped out of bounds by Tilghman. Fralix brings it into Boyd. Boyd looks it over, guarded by Thomas. Gives it up to Davis. Davis over to Boyd. Boyd with a long three, right wing. Goodwin Insurance three-pointer for Darren Boyd. Already got to get him on track.
Yes, good to get that one to go down.
Whereas at the new Nets with that one, 40-38, Caldwell County. Laster with the short shot. Gets the nice roll, and we're knotted at 40 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Boyd overthrows Fralix, picked off by Laster. Laster brings it back for Paducah Tilghman. Tipped by Boyd, still gets to the corner. It's a three by number 23, Rodriguez Thomas. And Tilghman back out in front by 3. Caldwell quickly the other way. And it's Jamarius Blaine with the left-handed layup. Caldwell back within 1. Tilghman to Laster is going to drive baseline, reverses. Nice shot by Michael Laster.
He's picked up the pace here in the
circus shot by Blaine. Almost goes in. Offensive board from Caden Fralix on the miss. And it's 45-44 Paducah Tilghman. Full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Are you looking for the perfect Christmas gift? How about America's greatest grill, a Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company? Holland Grills are the only grills guaranteed not to flare up and are proudly made in America. Stop on or give us a call at Portland Gas and we will give you the best deal on a gift that will be enjoyed year-round. Treat yourself or someone special this season with a Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company, located on Highway 62 West in Princeton.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the Cab. 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Caldwell County trailing by 1 as we were at halftime here. Tilghman to bring it in and bring the ball the length of the floor. 4 minutes, 22 seconds. And for the call here in the third quarter, my friend and colleague Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. Tilghman puts it into play. It's Joyce to bring it full court. Caldwell County settling into the 2-3 zone. Pass goes underneath. It's tipped out front, out of bounds. It'll stay Paducah Tilghman basketball. Caldwell zones the inbounds play. White takes it in, goes up, comes back down with it. And they're going to call Darren Boyd with the foul.
He was not shooting the ball.
They're going to say he was in the air. They're going to give it to him because he did come back down with it.
Only the second.
White gets the free throw to roll.
Only the second foul on Darian, though, but that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he picked up a foul very early. He's done a good job staying out of foul trouble after picking up one in the first minute or minute and a half. Darius Riley comes out of the ball game, and Tripp Branch takes his spot. Second shot up and in. 3-point lead now for the Blue Tornado as Davis looks to get it in to Boyd. Boyd over to Felix. Felix gets pushed, no call. Caldwell County 3-on-1. Gets it over to Blaine, back out to Davis. Davis passed up the three, gives it to Boyd for the three. Goodwin Insurance three-pointer, Darren Boyd, second of the quarter, and it's tied at 47. Deflection, Paducah Tilghman holds on to it. Skip pass over to White. White drops it in the corner to Laster. Laster shot in and out, rebound Darren Boyd. Boyd will be double teamed in the backcourt, throws it away to Joyce. Joyce goes up, reverse layup, no good. Laster with the rebound, goes up, hits the bottom of the backboard, gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. Caldwell County being beaten on the offensive board a little bit more here in this half. Laster with the steal on the inbounds pass, puts a shot in, and a quick 4-point turn for Paducah Tilghman. Tilghman pressing in the backcourt. And it's going to be Joyce with the foul, but Caldwell County have a lot of trouble with this trapping defense here in the backcourt. Are they going to call that on Davis? Did they call that on Davis?
No, I don't know what they did.
I saw him throw the ball to the other end. I didn't know what they were doing. I guess the referee just wanted to let everybody touch it once.
It was the foul on number 11 for Tilghman, Marion.
So that's Joyce's third foul. Tilghman with a little bit of foul trouble here in the third. They get it up to Riley, over to Branch, 4-3, right wing, good. Goodwin Insurance three-pointer, Tripp Branch. 51-50, Tilghman still with a 1-point lead. They work it over to White, back top of the key to Joyce. Joyce has Thomas on the right wing. Back over to White. White underneath the Strayhorn. Strayhorn goes baseline. Got away with a walk. Ball still loose on the floor. Picked up by Jamarius Blaine. He's going to be fouled before he can get it up the court.
I think they're going to get Rodriguez Thomas.
It's only the second on Thomas. Third team foul of the half on Paducah Tilghman. Boyd gets it into Davis in the backcourt. 2:29 to go in the third. Caldwell trails by 1. Davis, right wing, has this one deflected, and it's a steal. Paducah Tilghman, easy bucket for number 23, Rodriguez Thomas. And the Tigers back down by 3. Tripp Branch is going to bring it back out, get it to Davis. Davis inside to Fralix. Fralix drops it off to Blaine. Blaine's going to bring it out to the point. Guarded by Laster. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd has Rodriguez Thomas on him. A lot of contact. Thomas comes up with the steal. And when he got possession, the sideline for Paducah Tilghman called the timeout. So it's going to be a full, we'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Sound like.
Itsy bitsy spider, lullaby baby.
She's finally asleep.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's. Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Cab. 1 minute 52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Looks like a gymnastics event going on down here.
That's what I'm saying. We got to give a tip of the hat to the cheerleaders on both squads, man. There's more flipping going on out there.
Yeah, the judges having a hard time figuring out who to score. Everybody flipping.
Referees didn't know where to stand while they were coming down the court.
For the call here, remaining 1 minute 52 seconds, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob Timmons. Works it around against the Caldwell zone. Thomas turns down the three, gets it underneath for Laster. Laster has it partially blocked, gets his own rebound. No good. Boyd comes up with the rebound. Now Caldwell County looking to run. Boyd wanting to push the ball down the court quickly. He's going to bring it back out. Now he'll drive the lane. Little floater running up. No good. Ball loose. Strayhorn gets it. Puts it out quickly. And a slam by number 11, Joyce. And Joyce is going to be teed up. The slam wasn't enough for him. He had to jaw a little bit, so he'll get teed up.
That's a technical, that's a foul on him. That's 4 on him.
4 on Joyce. They were overexcited that he got one to throw down. Let everybody know how excited he was. Boyd at the other end misses the first technical. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw for Darren Boyd. Second one is good. 55-51, Caldwell County will have possession, but like you said, that's 4 on Joyce. That could be big. He's been big this whole game. Hasn't come out of the game very much at all. But we'll see how long he can play with the 4 fouls. 1:19 left to go in the third. He's guarding John Davis, and you got to figure they got to go right at Joyce with Davis. Davis drives baseline. He's cut off. He's got to have some help. Gets it out to Blaine. Blaine, top of the key. Mismatch with Laster. I don't think he's going to try to post up Laster. Now it's Davis. Misses the 3. Rebound goes over to Branch. Back out to Caden Fralix. Fralix tries a spin move on the baseline. Cut off. Gets it over to Davis. Davis stopped. Now it's Fralix for the 3. Off the rim. No good. Davis had the rebound knocked away. Joyce now the other way. Goes coast to coast. Shot up. No good. Ball loose. It's Jamarius Blaine. Gets it over to Boyd. Boyd underneath to Fralix. Fralix hits the layup. Farmers bank shot. Caden Fralix. And the Tigers within 2 with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Caldwell County's going to lay back in the zone. Tillman's going to play for the last shot. It's going to be Joyce putting it in play. Joyce, top of the key, 3. No good. Rebound to Boyd. Boyd has 1 second. Heaves a shot and barely misses. So after 3 quarters of play, it's Paducah Tilghman 55, Caldwell County 53. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a minute. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
My papa doesn't hear me very well. When I tell him I love him, he can't hear me. It makes me so sad. Please, Santa, bring him some Audibel hearing aids. Love, Emily.
It's so good to hear you say you love me. Ho, 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 ho.
Best Christmas ever!
Call Audibel today for your free hearing test.
There's no better time than now to hear better for Christmas.
Call Audibel, 270-554-1900.
Hi, Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And we are back here at the Cab as we start fourth quarter action. Fourth quarter brought to you by our friends at Cozy Living. Tillman inbounds the ball, a couple of shots up, no good, but Strayhorn gets the rebound, puts it up on a reverse, and it's a 4-point lead for Tilghman as we get underway here in the fourth. Driving the lane, a Darius Riley puts it up and in for the Tigers. Lead back down to 2. Tilghman right wing. Caldwell County's going to stay in the zone. Long three out front is good. That's number 23, Rodriguez Thomas. And the lead has grown to 5 for Paducah Tilghman. Caldwell tries to go underneath. Tough pass controlled by Riley. It's going to be a foul on Lassiter. Lassiter having a tough night. The leading scorer for Paducah Tilghman.
Should be his 4th.
So Tilghman with a couple of players with 4 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Joyce and Lassiter. Joyce on the bench with his, and Lassiter will join him. So this might be the time for Caldwell County to make their run, Bob, and see if they can get back in the lead and cut this 5-point deficit and turn it around. Caldwell works it down to Blaine. Blaine wants to go baseline, puts a shot up, off the board, no good. Rebound underneath by Blaine. Gets it out to Fralick, wide open for a 3, left wing, no good. Rebound Darren Boyd, he goes up. No good, foul, not called. Boyd comes up with the ball, dribbles it on the baseline. A lot of contact underneath. Caldwell County could not get it in the hole from up close. And Tilghman quickly the other way. Strayhorn takes it baseline, ball loose, picked up by Darius Riley. Riley drops it off to Boyd. Boyd's had a couple of threes this half, fires up another one, top of the key, in and out, but he'll go to the free throw line, and he'll have 3 Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws coming his way. Bob, that ball was about halfway down and bounced back out.
It was at least a third of the way down, Dennis, and too much iron, if you will.
Timeout's going to be called on the floor. Did they call a full? It is a full, so we'll take 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
We offer special services to meet the needs of those with special needs. At Morgan's Funeral Home, we recognize that no 2 individuals are exactly alike, and no 2 people want exactly the same final arrangements either. We can help you make the choices that will both satisfy your wishes and meet your individual needs. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years. Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKY on.
And welcome back to the Cab. We have 6 minutes, 19 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Caldwell County to inbound the ball once we return to action. Branch, Fralick, Blaine, Riley, and Darian Boyd. Darian will be shooting 3 when we come back to action here. Tilghman coming onto the floor. And for the call here, my golf instructor, Dennis Stevens.
Yeah, I can tell you, you're not getting a lot of instruction, but you're not having to pay a lot either, so I guess it evens out. Boyd for 3 shots at the line. First one up and in. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws for Darren Boyd. Lake Barkley CrossFit designed for anyone at any fitness level. Always free to come and try. Second shot up and good. 1 possession game now, 60-57. And Boyd can dig into it a little bit more. This one up and in. 3 makes for Darren Boyd, and it's a 2-point ball game. Tilghman back quickly the other way. Strayhorn got away with a walk, ends up putting it in. He's going to be fouled on the play. See who the foul is going to be called on for Caldwell County. It's on a Darius Riley, his first. Only the 2nd foul of the half on the Tigers. Strayhorn will try to connect on the 3-point play and does. Caldwell County is going to get it inbounds with Fralick. Fralick throws it out. It's going to take Davis with a run all the way. Davis up off the board. Farmer's bank shot. 62-60. And a block by Darren Boyd from behind on Strayhorn. Strayhorn gets the ball back, goes up, and misses the shot. It's going to be Cedric Davis with the rebound and the putback. Bob, I'm not sure. Did they put that last free throw for Strayhorn on the board earlier?
I'm not real sure. I can go back and look.
64-50 on the scoreboard. They probably did. Shot up, no good. It's going to be Strayhorn over the back of Fralix. Good job by Caden Fralix to get position. Still plenty of time in this one. They finally did put it up, Bob. I thought they had missed a 65-60.
Who was it made the free throw? Was that Strayhorn?
Strayhorn was at the line, yes, sir.
And the foul is on Tyrus White, his first.
Yeah, Strayhorn missed that free throw, but he had made the earlier one they neglected to put up. I think they're getting the score right. Down there now, referees are at the side. And the officials are going to make sure about it. I thought they went for a minute without putting that last free throw that was made by Paducah Tilghman up. It's going to be Fralix at the line for Caldwell County. Up and in. Caldwell County is going to be in the bonus the rest of this quarter. And that's a long way to go, almost 6 minutes. Only 3 team fouls on the Tigers. Blake Barkley crossfit free throw for Caden Fralix. This one's good too. 65-62. Tilghman works it into the corner. Skip pass all the way over. They get it back to number 23. No good. Thomas with the, number 12 with the rebound for Tilghman. He drives the lane, goes up. They're going to call a blocking foul on Darren Boyd. That's Constantine that'll go to the free throw line for Paducah Tilghman. Offensive board starting to hurt Caldwell County here in this second half by Tilghman, as that size advantage is starting to show up.
Darian with his third foul here. Number 12, Jaheim Constantine at the line, his first trip to the line tonight.
So he'll toe the line, throws the first one up and no good. Coach K making sure his players know to box out because you've got to. Strayhorn on the same side with Boyd. This one is good. 2-possession ball game now, 66-62. Timeout on the court. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here, John, on this one. Timeout's brought to you this season by Rousseau Law. Rousseau Law is located in downtown Princeton and ready to serve all of your legal needs. 4-point lead with 5:29 to go in the ball game for Paducah Tilghman. Winner advances to take on Webster County the first week of January in the Kentucky 2A Championships, a brand new in-season playoff championship for Kentucky 2A high school basketball teams. And it's good that they do something for these small schools, Bob. You've had the All-A Classic that really took off and has been a staple for years now in high school basketball. This is the first year of the 2A championships.
It is. It's been a great ball game. And as we mentioned earlier, Tilghman may be the second, third best team in the first region, and they're showing that they can play. They can shoot it from outside. They've got an inside game.
Tilghman's going to bring full court pressure as Caldwell County puts it in play to Boyd. Back to Fralix. Fralix looking to get it across midcourt and does. Now he's going to circle back around looking for Darren Boyd. Boyd had a lane closed up quickly at the top of the key. He'll bring it back out. Some of that patience we've talked about out of this offense for the better part of this ball game. Boyd between the legs, dumps it into the corner, wide open to Darius Riley. No good. Big rebound for Tripp Branch. Get it back to Davis, wide open three. In and out, no good. Fralix with the rebound. Up and in, Farmer's bank shot, Caden Fralix. And it's a 2-point ball game. Caldwell trails 66-64 as we are under 5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Or like the girls, I guess we'll say regulation. Strayhorn thought about it. Now he's going to be triple teamed at the elbow, puts it over to number 30. That's Eli Brown. He's made a couple of threes earlier. Rebound to Paducah Tilghman. He's going to say he was on the line. Or was on, they're going to call the foul on the floor.
I think they got Darian for his fourth.
Substitutes coming in for Paducah Tilghman. That is 4 on Boyd. Still a lot of time in this ball game, but if you're Coach K, you can't really afford to take him out, I don't think, at this point. You got to keep this one close. He is going to pull him out, though. It's going to be Jamarius Blaine coming in. And Boyd's going to have to take a seat. I think Coach K is just going to see how it's going to go for a minute or two at the very most if he can stay close with Boyd on the bench. If not, he's got to be back in with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, a minute, and now we're seeing one of the Strayhorn is going to have to be taken out of the game. I think there's blood on his. He's getting look like duct tape on his arm.
Wrapping his wrist with that pre-tape by the trainer. Laster and Joyce back into the ball game with 4 fouls for Tilghman. They get it into Strayhorn, dumps it over to Laster. Laster is going to have a chance to go to the free throw line. It looks like blocking foul is going to be called on Darius Riley. Riley had the right stance, but his position was bad. He had position off to the side, tried to lean in to take the charge, and he's going to get called for the block.
This will be Laster's first trip to the free throw line tonight. Tilghman so far here in the second half, 5 out of 6 from the charity stripe.
Almost a 71% shooting team on the season coming in.
Caldwell County 6 out of 7 from the free throw line in the second half.
So Laster at the line. First one up and no good. Caldwell County's done a good job tonight containing Laster the entire night. Their leading scorer. His second shot up, rims out. Fralix comes through and picks up the rebound. He'll quickly bring it across, dumps it down to Blaine. Blaine over to Branch. Branch with a long 3. Good. Goodwin Insurance. 3-pointer. Trip Branch. And just like that, Caldwell County back out in front. 67-66. Tilghman works it to the right wing. It's White, drives, puts it up off the board and in.
Good move by the young man from Tilghman.
Just token pressure by Tilghman as Caldwell County brings it up. Davis has it in front court. Drives the right side of the lane. Scoop shot up, no good. Jamarius Blaine with the big offensive rebound. He'll get it out to Riley. Riley at the point. Darren Boyd still on the bench. 3:36 to go. Davis, quick step, tried to lose his man. Still out on the right wing. Into the corner to Blaine. Blaine leans in, gets it back to Riley. Riley's going to drive the lane, puts a shot up, no good. It's going to be Laster going to the ground and charged with the walk. Bill Branch calls that one, went up for the rebound, gave him some competition. Laster came down, couldn't keep his footing, and he'll be called for the walk. And it worked out good for Coach K bringing Boyd out. He was able to get a minute and a half with Boyd having those 4 fouls, and Caldwell still only down by 1 right now.
When he went out, we were down by 4.
Boyd up and in on the inbounds play. Caldwell County back out in front. 69-68 Tigers. Joyce to the left wing, no good. Rebound, Trip Branch gets it to Fralix. Fralix to Boyd. Boyd for the 3, left wing, no good. This one up. And it's going to be a foul against Caldwell County. I'm not sure if they got Davis over the back. We'll see what the call is. 20 is going to be John Davis. And that'll send Tilghman to the line for a 1-and-1. Second foul on Davis. 7 fouls on each team here in the second half. Joyce at the line for Tilghman. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Branch. Branch gets it over to Blaine. Blaine takes it to the rim. Bank shot, Farmer's bank shot is good. Caldwell County with a 3-point advantage. Under 3 minutes to go. They work it into Strayhorn. Strayhorn spin move up and in. Boyd couldn't do anything down there on Strayhorn that close and not pick up the 5th foul. They had to basically give it to him on the hook shot. 1-point lead for the Tigers. Good save by Jamarius Blaine to keep it in. He gets it back out to Davis to Boyd. Boyd fakes his man, puts a 3 up, no good. Rebound Jamarius Blaine. Blaine back to Boyd. Boyd with the jam. And Caldwell County out in front by 3.
Look at the student section. The place is going wild.
They're going nuts in the Caldwell Crazy student section. As Darren Boyd comes up with a left-handed slam. And Caldwell County out in front 73-70. It's a full timeout. We'll take 30. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Dan Hooser with the Woodall Agency in Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website, woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And we're back here at the Cab. 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Tilghman's inbound the ball here side front court, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Bob will be able to stand up a little bit for this one. We had so much excitement in that last game. This one, 2 minutes to go. Caldwell up by 3. Joyce with the ball out front. Caldwell County's going to stay 2-3 zone. Joyce dribbles around, looks underneath to Strayhorn, deflected away. It's Boyd. Bounce pass to Davis. Another bounce pass across the lane, saved by Boyd. Gets it over to Branch. Short 4-footer, up and in. Tip Branch. And Caldwell County's pushed the lead to 5 with a minute 40 to go. Skip pass cross court by Tilghman. Over to Thomas. Thomas has 2 guys come up trying to block the shot. Gets rid of it, puts it across the court. They get it underneath, and Tilghman misses 2 at point-blank range, and that's going to be Laster picking up his 5th foul as Boyd gets position. And Laster's out of the ball game. Boyd having some contact trouble. Student section is bringing a lot to this ball game too, Bob. We've enjoyed those guys all night long. Blazers beat Madisonville tonight, last second. 1 point.
Kiki at work, I would imagine.
Top 2 teams probably by far in the region, but there's some teams that could sneak up on them on a night. But Kiki Tandy, the real deal for UHA, but a good showing also by Madisonville. Boyd's still having trouble, Bob, at the line with that contact lens.
And when he does shoot, it'll be the 1 bonus.
And I think he's got it worked out now. Shot up and good. Lake Barkley cross-court free throw. Darren Boyd, 6-point lead now for the Tigers as they get a little breathing room here with a minute 22 to go in the ball game. This could make it a 3-point possession. Up and in. Darren Boyd, solid from the free throw line here in the second half. And it's going to be an over and back by Paducah Tilghman. As they got it in front court, Joyce could not get over mid-court enough to get the pass back. And the Tigers have it inbounds with just over a minute to go here, minute 15. And a 7-point lead for the Tigers. Steal by Joyce. He goes in for the slam. And the lead is cut down to 5. Branch gets it across midcourt over to Felix. Felix has a block from behind. Tilghman back the other way. They give up the three, drive the lane, stick it down to Strayhorn. Strayhorn walks. It's going to be a charge on Strayhorn where he cleared out. He could have got him either way, but he'll pick up the foul.
To me, it was more of a walk than it was a charge.
I do too. I don't think he had a lot of contact.
I don't know who he hit. Yeah, he's just fouled out. No, 35 is...
It's his second foul. It's a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds and be right back. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
And we're back here at the Cab, 47.2 seconds to go. Caldwell County inbound the ball, and for the call, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. It's Caden Felix inbound for the Tigers. Gets it to Branch. Branch up to Boyd. Boyd drives the lane, puts a left-handed shot up and in. 79-72 Tigers. 40 seconds to go. Tillman with a quick three. It's good. That's number 23, Rodriguez Thomas. And that cuts it down to a 4-point lead. Full timeout for Caldwell County. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Fontecina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion. Maria specials are a local favorite you're sure to love. Or you might want to try the new street tacos. Tacos de asada, tacos de carnita, or tacos de chorizo. La Fontecina is now open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, 11 to 9:30. And Sundays, 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Fontecina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
Back to Tiger Sports on 1580, 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
And welcome back to the Cab. 31.5 seconds remaining here in the game. Caldwell County with a 4-point lead, 2-possession game. Caldwell County to inbound it at backcourt to bring it the length of the floor. And for the call here is my colleague, Dennis Stevens.
Thank you, Bob. If you came tonight and spent $5, you got your money's worth. An overtime game in the girls as they come out 69-66 winners. And the boys with a 4-point lead right now, 31.5 seconds to go to try to sew up their ticket to face Webster County in January in the second round of the Kentucky 2A Championships. Looks like Tilghman committed the foul before the ball came in. So Caldwell County will come down and get 2 free throws as that's the 10th foul of the half on Paducah Tilghman. Double bonus for Caldwell County.
Foul was on
number 23, Thomas, Rodriguez Thomas. Darren Boyd will go to the free throw line. First one up and good. Lake Barkley CrossFit free throw by Darren Boyd. Come in. Your first class is always free at Lake Barkley CrossFit. Boyd, second shot up and in. Boyd's been solid here in the fourth quarter from the free throw line.
Solid the second half as well as the whole Tiger team.
Back to Joyce over for the three. No good. Rebound back out to Joyce. Joyce puts it into the corner to number 22, White for the three, and that's good. 81-78. Caldwell County's got to get it in. They get it into Boyd, and even 13 seconds left. And Boyd's going to come down for 2. Rob, these are big because if one goes, it's a 2-possession ball game. Only 13 seconds left.
And we need one of these 2 for sure, Dennis.
Shot up and in, Darren Boyd. got the touch from the line here in the fourth quarter. Caldwell County drops everybody back. Boyd's second shot is good. 2 Lake Barkley CrossFit free throws by Boyd, and it's 83-78. Tilghman quickly down to the other end. 3-point shot, no good off the back of the rim. Jamarius Green gets a hand on it. Joyce gets the rebound, puts a shot up. Branch gets the rebound, and that'll run it out. Caldwell County pulls away in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers win this one 83-78. Caldwell County Crazies out on the court with the Tigers. Whale of a ball game here in the nightcap as the Tigers win at 83-78. We'll be back for the Trilogy. I got so excited I forgot the Trilogy. Trilogy Performance Sports post-game show coming your way. Here in just a few minutes, we'll have all the game stats, talk with Coach K about the big win tonight. So stay tuned. That's coming your way in 2 minutes. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on 1580. 103.3 WPKY and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
Trilogy Performance Sports in Princeton. Trilogy offers a wide range of classes to help you reach your fitness and well-being goals, like yoga, gymnastics, sports training, team training, cardio, kickboxing, and weightlifting. They have family discounts, and your first class is free. So come work out in a family-friendly environment at Trilogy Performance Sports, located directly behind Cash Express in Princeton. Open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. Be better than you used to be at Trilogy Performance Sports Princeton. Telephone 270-601-18.
The new GMC Sierra is here in 2019, the most sophisticated luxury truck on the road today. In 2019, they've released the AT4, the ultimate off-road vehicle for off-road enthusiasts and hunters alike. The AT4 comes with factory-installed 2-inch lift and off-road wheels and tires. In the front of the back is where the Denali with the 6.2-liter engine, followed by the SLT and SLE trim levels. More refined styling and badging has added a bold appearance to the most sought-after vehicle in the truck market. Trice Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91.
Hi, my name is Jay Jolly. I'm a nurse practitioner at Caldwell Medical Associates Family Practice Clinic, along with Barbara Hickman and Dr. Ralph Cash. Do you know what's worse than getting a flu shot? Getting the flu. Getting vaccinated is the best way to prevent this very serious illness from causing you and your family any harm this flu season. Help us fight back against the flu this year and make an appointment today. Give us a call at 270-365-1225 and let us get you on a path to a healthier you.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community and is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. See Jake Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing limit.
Looking for the perfect Christmas gift? How about America's greatest grill, a Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company? Holland Grills are the only grills guaranteed not to flare up and are proudly made in America. Stop on or give us a call at Portland Gas and we will give you the best deal on a gift that will be enjoyed year-round. Treat yourself or someone special this season with a Holland Grill from Portland Gas Company, located on Highway 62 West in Princeton.
And we are back.
This game, it's time for the Caldwell County Postgame Show on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKY Online.
And we're back at the cab. A big win for Caldwell County in the nightcap as the boys pull away in the fourth quarter, 83-78 over Paducah Tilghman. Bob's going to have all the stats in a minute, but I'll let him talk to Coach K, who's coming up here to have a conversation of, and I'm sure a very pleased and happy Coach K, Bob, that you'll get to talk to here in just a couple of minutes. Big win for the Tigers. The Tigers and Lady Tigers beat Paducah Tilghman tonight. Both of them will go on to face Webster County the first week of January in the second round of the Kentucky 2A Championships. And Bob, you let me know when you're ready to talk to the coach. We'll go to that. But a big win for the Tigers, big night for Darian Boyd, especially at the free throw line down the stretch, as he was able to help Caldwell County pull away here late. And I'll get Coach K suited up here, Bob.
And a great victory here for the Tigers tonight. Tigers placing 4 men in double figures with an all-around great floor game. And I'm joined now by Coach K. And again, it's just great to watch these kids play basketball.
I agree. They've taken it to a whole nother level, and I think they went to a level tonight they didn't know they'd go to.
And wanted to make it work. I mean, you can see that in the way they share the ball, the way they play defense, the way they help each other out, assist-wise, and we're not afraid to shoot the ball. We got guys that can fill it up, and it's a great win.
Great win. I could not be more proud of these guys right now. I told them we've been in this situation before. We've been in games after the first quarter, been in games after the second quarter against good teams, and last year we let some of those slip away. But this veteran team tonight proved they can play a 32-minute basketball game. You had to beat, Paducah Tilghman.
And the other thing, Tilghman probably the third best team in the first region behind Mayfield, maybe Graves, maybe Marshall's a little bit in the mix there, but 52 points here in the second half for Caldwell, and we didn't shy away at once.
No, we did not. We did not back down. And they kept coming, and I told the guys, I said, this team is built. Talking about Paducah Tilghman, this team is built. They're going to keep coming at you. They're going to keep pressuring you. They're going to keep attacking. They're going to keep shooting the ball from the perimeter. They're going to keep going to the glass. And our guys accepted the challenge. And so I couldn't be more proud.
Tilghman was effective inside and out. You could not pack it inside because they were dangerous from the three-point line as they made 8 threes tonight. So in lieu of all that, we still held tough. And again, one of the things that just pleases my heart is the free throw shooting. 20 out of 23 tonight, all of them crucial.
We stepped to the line and made some big ones. Shooting that kind of percentage, it helps you win games. If we don't shoot that high, we don't win this basketball game. And so our guys stepped up and made those shots.
And Darren, the only Tiger tonight to miss free throws, but he finishes up his night with 10 straight makes at the free throw line. So, and set this crowd on fire here with that breakaway dunk, and the crazies are getting me fired up, Daniel. They stormed the floor after the final buzzer, and just anything. You're working toward a goal now, and you've got players that can get there.
I 100% agree, and we've got players that didn't contribute as much tonight. They can take us up an even another level. And but we mentioned the crazies. The crazies are awesome. They're awesome. And when Dan made that play, and I knew his mindset when he caught the ball at the top of the key, that he was going to the rim.
Right. I was just hope he didn't pirouette himself and fall down on his back, because he had his dunk was contested.
It was, and he didn't shy away from it at all. And so that's the thing, is we knew they were going to press us a full game. We knew that out of the press, in the first half, our guys did a very good job of talking about we gave up a lot of wide open looks and behind the arc. And our guys were poised enough to keep it in the half court set, execute, run a play, get to the free throw line, or whatever it may be, something positive. Well, in the second half, we did a much better job. And I told them, I said, we're going to have to start, if we're going to win this game, we're going to have to start making some of those plays in transition and getting them to where they're sending 2 or 3 guys up to press us. When we break that, we've got to attack. And our guys did a phenomenal job of going down. A couple of threes there in transition we got, and then just easy baskets off being aggressive. So I couldn't be more proud of the way we responded in the second half.
And again, we point out the fact that we were under pressure basically the entire night, and sometimes when you wilt, and the other team goes on a 10-0 run in a minute. But Tilghman went out to maybe their longest lead tonight was 6. But just credit to these young men that stayed the course, did not panic, as you mentioned, and just every trip down they made it to the point where we didn't have any empty trips. We may have had 1 or 2, but Tilghman will turn you over if you let them. And we overcame that tonight.
We did. We kept our poise. We've worked on our press breaker a whole lot, and I told the guys all year long, we've got a bunch of veteran guards, so we should be very poised against pressure. And I just keep going back to this. Just couldn't be more proud of this group of young men.
And led tonight by Darian with 28. Tripp with some huge baskets, 16 points. Not afraid to shoot the ball. John Davis with 13 points. Caden Fralick's coming alive in the second half, scoring all 10 of his in the second half. 13 points again for John Davis, and everybody coming in the game. And we start off the game with seemingly a Darius Riley getting every rebound that came off the first 3 or 4 trips down the floor. Though you could tell the kids were motivated and wanted to play.
Well, they knew we had to. If we didn't, I told them before the game, told them yesterday at practice, I said, if we don't rebound the basketball, I don't think we have a chance. Because they're going to keep coming. They're going to get 2, 3, 4 shots. And our guys battled all night long. And I tell you, there's one possession. It was in the second half. We were on offense. And I think we got 5 offensive rebounds and got 5 shots and missed all 5 of them. A timeout came thereafter. And I told them, I said, listen, guys, if you will just battle that hard right there, I don't care if you make the shot. You battle that hard the next, I think it was 4 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes and 55 seconds. We'll win the game. And they did. They responded, and they did. And you're right. I well remember that sequence. And there were other times when we probably would get 2 rebounds on a trip down, and it was harder for us to score underneath than it was for them to score. So that's we had to. Most of our shots had to come from 5, 12, 20 feet out, as opposed to Tilghman. A couple of big guys. Strayhorn had his way inside when he got his feet planted and pivoted. You just had to step back and not hack him because he was going to make it. But we knew coming in we were going to be in a dogfight. We followed up a great performance at Muhlenberg with an even better performance tonight. I agree. Couldn't agree more.
And any final thoughts here, Daniel? I know we don't play again until sometime next week. I've got to look at the schedule. I know that
Tuesday we go to Carlisle County.
That's right. I got to go to Bardwell, which the radio won't be down there, but I'll make the trip. But again, practice is going to be fun tomorrow afternoon, and the benefits are coming to fruition. You work hard. You help your teammates. You play for them, and we've taken an 0-2 start and turned it into a 4-2 ledger right now.
That's exactly right. You said something you said made me think of being unselfish. There was a couple of plays there in the second half that were big points in the game. I think we were up 2, down 2, but still big points. And we made a couple of unselfish plays. I remember one, Pooh caught a layup off a stretch pass when the lane was wide open, makes the layup, and then John drives in the paint. Should have shot the 3. I wouldn't have been upset if he shot the 3 and made it, but he drives to the paint and then flips a little pass back to Darian. Darian makes that 3. Those are 2 plays that are huge plays in the game and huge at that point in the game that maybe the difference. So again,
and when John went in the circle and penetrated the arc, you could see Darian setting up. I didn't know what John was going to do either, but he saw him, peripheral vision. Darian shoots when he gets that kind of a shot. He's money.
I agree, and and not just him. We've got 4 or 5 guys on this team that if they're wide open, you might as well count it. And so I hope they continue to shoot that well and shoot with confidence. And
we will. I mean, tonight we'll. I mean, if you shoot or shoot, and that's right. What you need to tell them. And with this one in the bank, again, just a great night here at the Cab building with the ladies winning a thriller in overtime. The men coming back here to beat a really, really sound basketball team. Quickness, height, shooting ability, good post moves, and we turned them away.
Exactly right. I got just a shout out to everybody that was here tonight. The Crazies did good. They did awesome, and then the fans were in it the whole time, and then you guys, it was a good atmosphere in the Cab tonight.
And we hope that those people in the county and the city that were listening or jumping around in their living room, jumping out of the chair, I'm sure when Darren had that dunk and the game was over, the crowd noise is just uplifting.
I told the coaches I was going to have to call a timeout to calm myself down after that dunk. That's fun to watch.
Exactly. Congratulations again, Daniel, on a great win tonight for the young men and continued success.
Thank you, sir.
That's been Coach K here, following up tonight's thrilling victory over the Paducah Tilghman Blue Tornado, 83-78, capping off a great night here for Tiger basketball, Caldwell County basketball, I should say, with the Lady Tigers winning in overtime by 3 and the men taking the nightcap by 5, 83-78. Again, Dennis will be back here tomorrow night for the Blazers Are we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow night. How do you top these?
Well, I was going to say,
Wow.
I'm ready for tomorrow night right now.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun season. Caldwell County played some good games. The boys played about as well as they can play tonight. Gave up size every position. I was talking to Todd Griffith, who charted some of the rebounding. He had Caldwell County out rebounding Tilghman 38-30 in this game.
Well, we knew Daniel, Coach K and I talked about one trip down where we got 5 rebounds, didn't score on any of the putbacks, but it's just how we were involved in the game.
Yeah.
We didn't hang our heads. We played well against a very good basketball team that had a lot of ability.
Yeah, the patience early and the stretch down the end started. I think Caldwell was up by 1 when Boyd came down with the slam that kind of ignited everything, got things rolling downhill for Caldwell County, and they pulled away in a big win tonight. As both these teams now, the girls and boys both, will go face Webster County the first week of January in the second round of this big Kentucky 2A championship.
And we noted coming into the game tonight that Tilghman was 3-1 and having beaten a pretty decent Hopkinsville team to open the season, 80-65. Our next game next week, men's game, we won't be broadcasting. It'll be down in Bardwell, but Tilghman beat Carlisle County, our opponent, next week, 69-46, 23 points. And then they beat Adair County, and they lose to Mayfield, only 62-56, which I think Mayfield is either going to be ranked first in that region or second. So you go home and you sleep well tonight.
I like where we're at right now, especially in this region. You know this region is going to be tough with UHA, a 1-point win over Madisonville tonight in the last second. So those are clearly the two lead horses in the pack. But Caldwell County is going to pick up some attention if they keep playing the way they played the last 4 games.
And mentioning those 2 teams, I know University Heights is probably 4th rated in the state. Madisonville has to be in the top 10 with what they bring to the floor every night.
Yeah,
they
good
bring
size from Madisonville.
Good size, and they bring shooting and what you want in a basketball team: height, size, athleticism. Tough second region, but
it is.
But the Tigers are holding their own.
And you play every ball game out, see where the chips fall. So looking forward to this season, and it's going to be a good year for Caldwell County. Like you said, we'll be back tomorrow night for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Blazers here at the Cab. We'll tip that one off at 7:30. We'll be on the air about 7:15 to bring you that one. Then it'll be a little bit of a break. We'll be back on the air during the West Kentucky Hoops Classic coming up the Thursday and Friday after Christmas. That's going to be a big deal. 12 games here at the Cab in 2 days, 5 of them that we'll get to bring involving Caldwell County teams. So that's coming up just in a couple of weeks, and then it's going to be New Year's. It's flying by since this started just a couple of weeks ago here during basketball season, but we're liking it so far, especially nights like this. It's just fun to be in the gym on a night like this.
A great Thursday night here in Caldwell County, and what better way to celebrate but with 2 victories tonight here in the Cab.
Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight from the Cab. Again, Caldwell County Lady Tigers defeat Paducah Tilghman by 3, and then the boys come back in the nightcap for a big win. Both of them punched their tickets to the second round of the Kentucky 2A Championship and a trip to Webster County coming up the first week of January. So for John Miller and Bob Hayes, I'm Dennis Stevens. Thank you for listening. Join us tomorrow night at 7:15. It's the Lady Tigers, Lady Blazers here on 1580, 103.3 WPKY, and worldwide at WPKYonline.com.
What does your morning sound like?
Itsy bitsy spider, like a baby.